Hello, welcome to this discussion. I guess you could call it that reaction discussion. Whatever, you guys are participating, so it's a discussion. We'll put it that way. Hello, Marty, thank you as always. We appreciate very much. Let me know if you guys can hear me alright. By the way, we're still working on the gain. Trying to figure that out, just the sweet spot of the gain. Hello, Zodiac. Welcome. Fourth draw down, nice to see you as well. Obviously, horror movies aren't bad for you. We all turned out okay, right? Well, I'm not gonna speak on everybody, but I think we're fine. I like to think that we're entertainment for society. Yes. If I'm not okay, it isn't horror movie's fault. There you go. See? Yeah. That's it. Yup. Good on the audio? Good. Excellent. Loud and clear. Perfect. Wonderful. Hello, Raiders. Loud and clear. Good. Fabulous, darling. Fabulous. I had to turn off the air conditioning. Pray for me. It's far too hot here. Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about why we're all here. We're being persecuted, darling. Just like every other, I don't know, decade. Hello, Nikki. Well, right now, it's a little difficult to describe. Let me see if I can do it. But I happened to come across, quite by accident, I was looking up possibilities for like an analysis video. It's been a while since I've done one of those, and in the search bar of YouTube I happened to come across a search term that apparently a lot of people were looking for, which is essentially, are horror movies bad for you? And I was like, I'm sorry. So we had to investigate, and these two videos, which I will be showing you and talking about with you, came up, and one of them I started to watch just to see if it was one of those situations where the title was meant to incite interest and then the topic was going to be diverted from your expectations. No, it wasn't. So I got about 16 minutes into that video and went, I need to do a live stream about this, because this is ridiculous. I blame rom-coms for my not rightness. You know what? I think you've got something there. Yes, Romeo, hello. Romeo's wandering about. You will see him, possibly even hear him on occasion. What, you want in there? There's a soundbite for you, you're welcome. Alright, we want it in there. He does what he wants. I'm simply here to provide, I suppose. So anyway, we won't waste entirely too much time here, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot to talk about with these videos. So let me bring up the first one. I downloaded them simply because I didn't want any hate to be sent to these people. That's not what we're here for. So, once again, I ask everybody, let me know the audio, video, if you can see and hear it all right.
Horror movies.
Stop right there, sir. We're not yet. We're not ready yet. But once again, I didn't want to send hate to anybody. That's not what this is about. We're just gonna talk. Oh god, I can't quite see it over. Oh no, why does it do that? I watch Terminator every day after school since I was 5 years old, and I'm crazy, but not because of that. That's fair. I think that's very fair. There is a lot of, I'm sure, questionable entertainment that we all watched as children that maybe would make us seem a little off, but anyway. Alright, this is the first video. This is the one that I started to watch and had to stop so I could do this with you guys. So about 16 to 30 seconds on, I haven't seen. So here we go.
Are harmful to your mind. Horror movies are blunt trauma to your psychological mind.
What? Anybody else kind of not grasping that particular portion? So essentially, my dude here is saying that watching horror movies is like taking on actual physical trauma to your brain. Something don't seem quite right about that statement. Wait, Dice, I'm sorry, this tiki torch looking Bubba is going to lecture us on horror? Yep. Yeah. Once again, I don't know his name. I've never seen him before in my life. But apparently he has opinions on horror. And I'm sure it'll be very enlightening. Just from this first few seconds. I just always have nuclear war dreams. Well, you know, I've heard worse. I've heard worse dreams. I think you're alright. Did I just come into discount store Andrew Tate lecturing us on horror movies? You know what? I can see it, Jen. I can see it. Yep. It'll be fun, I'm sure. Horror movies are not bad for you except Texas Chainsaw New Generation. That movie was so bad, it made me question life. I haven't gotten that far. I'll have to get back to you. Oh, I'm sure he's the most upstanding member of society. Yeah, I'm sure. All right, let's continue. I'm sure there's more to analyze here.
Studies show that people who watch horror movies have higher levels of anxiety and have less quality of sleep.
Should I say it? I feel like I should say it. First of all, what studies? Because, first of all, I have this particular video on this guy's channel up right next to me here, and there is one sentence in the description and no references to these studies, no like links to articles. That's encouraging. Here's the thing. Yeah, there's a link to like anxiety and insomnia and horror, but not in the way that he's talking about. People who have anxiety will watch horror movies as kind of like a catharsis, a safe way to experience these otherwise highly traumatic and anxiety-inducing things. It's actually quite relaxing to a lot of people, myself included. So, anyway.
I dated a chick, this isn't a scientific study, but I dated a chick, all she liked was horror movies and the high roller coasters at Great Adventure. Oh, let me tell you.
So, she liked the adrenaline. She was an adrenaline junkie. People will jump out of planes because they enjoy the adrenaline of it. Are we going to be talking about them next? Just curious. This sounds like a lovely woman, though, that you were dating. Where is she now? Is she on YouTube? People who say there are studies, but never say what they are and who paid for them. That's it. Yep. Studies have shown, my favorite phrase. Yes, what you just said does. Yep. Listen, I know, I speak from personal experience. First of all, but I'm sure there are several articles that I could bring up, so. His voice is traumatizing. Yay! I'm starting to get that. Yeah, I'm starting to get that too.
I don't need a scientific study to tell you, red flag. If you date somebody, man or woman, that all they like is horror movies and the high roller coasters, get away. Get away. You might as well be dating Freddy Krueger.
I wouldn't recommend that. Just on its own. Don't date Freddy Krueger. Okay, I know. I understand. Some people got something, for Freddy Krueger. Don't do that. Huh? Don't do that. However, this guy really, he's dated like what one woman who was really into horror movies and liked to go on roller coasters. That's pretty fucking tame. Did she show him I Spit on Your Grave, Sallow? Or was it just Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Because if that's the case, I don't mean to be calling anybody names, but anyway. Clearly the third cup of coffee was a mistake. Maybe that extra shot of espresso was a little bit too much. Speaking of unhealthy for you. Oh, God. Okay, we're not... I don't think we're even a minute in. Oof. Yeah, that dude is amped up. Mm-hmm. Yep. Wait! Now he's saying he doesn't need studies? I think there's some hypocrisy here. You else catching that? That's it. Yeah. Hello, Catherine. Okay, but can I date Robert Englund? That is something that you are going to have to discuss with Mr. Englund himself. That is a nice loophole, though, and I think it's far better for you. Yes. Seems like a delightful guy. I would date Freddy. I love that man. I'm a sick person. Yeah, alright, you know what, Sean? You date Freddy. You can have Freddy. That's alright. Hi, Aaron. I love horror movies, but we're still human. I'm scared of heights. Same. Anything 2 stories and up, I'm out. Thank you very much. No. That in deep, dark water. I don't do that. I'm weird. I watch horror movies and Disney movies. No in between. You know what? I've noticed that is a somewhat prevalent pattern, if you will, with a lot of people. There's a lot of Disney adults, I guess is what you would call them, Disney fans, who also like horror and vice versa. It's kind of interesting. There's some horror in Disney, and maybe there's some Disney themes in horror. I don't know. We'll analyze that in a completely different situation. Hello, Podcast in the Woods. Boomer, I presume. And or Gabby. Bonjour. Might have to take it up with my wife, too. That, too. That's a fair point. Yeah, you might want to... That's a communication point right there. Yeah. You have to discuss that.
Alright, I'm being a little playful. But I'm a little serious, too. Let me tell you something. I will also say that I had a friend growing up, a male friend, that he watched a lot of horror movies, and it played a part in his lack of mental peace. He also had problems with maintaining a stable mindset. There are always...
Yeah, him and, 98% of society? Point out someone who is neurotypical, and I will point out a unicorn. Not that kind of unicorn. Different unicorn. I'll point out Bigfoot and his address. Okay. Good Lord. So anybody here who is mentally stable, raise your hand. So, that's fun. What the fuck?
A variety of factors. So I can't say that horror movies cause this. I'm not saying that. And I am in context not saying that horror movies are the devil and you should never watch them. I used to watch the Freddy Kruegers and all that, so I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I used to watch them. But let me tell you something. I didn't feel...
You're not going to be a hypocrite, but you literally just were. You literally contradicted yourself. Was this just for clickbait, man? Huh? You can be honest. I've seen worse clickbait. It's alright. Now we go to anecdotal, something, evidence. Yep. Yes, our favorite. Maybe the crack you sold him may have had an effect on his mental peace. I'm not gonna say one way or another. I'm not making any claims other than I'm pretty sure this is not. Well, this is a case of Normie trying to, once again, essentially say horror is bad. In case you didn't catch that already. Laughing. Yep. Sits on hands. It's Boomer. Okay, hi. I watch a little horror. I hope so. Now I know what's wrong with me. I don't know. We're gonna dive into this. We're gonna get to the root of this problem right here. I'm afraid I cannot take someone wearing a cut-off shirt like that seriously. Fair. That's fair. I watch Freddy Krueger's. Yes, multiple, plurals. There's two, right? There's two. At least two. Maybe more. But that could be going into some, I don't know, AU shit. Hello. He's right. I watched Evil Dead 2, and now I want to destroy my hand. Ooh. Well, at least get a good chainsaw. One that doesn't run out of fuel quickly. Hello. Welcome. Horror movies are my life. Same. Same. So, I got bad news for you guys. Apparently, horror movies, they're like taking a lacrosse ball to the head every time you watch one. I don't know, guys. Maybe we should be, moving on to Hallmark movies or something. Am I the only one horror makes feel better? No. If I sleep without creepypasta, I have nightmares. Interesting. Well, that really just throw my dude off completely. No, there's people who fall asleep to, true crime podcasts. That's not horror necessarily, but it's real life horror. It's sister content. There are people who, as kids, would fall asleep to a horror movie. Cody Leach, he's mentioned that. And again, myself, just to be anecdotal, I watch horror movies as a way to just relax or have fun. What a concept. So, no, you're not the only one.
Good after I watch them. And they do you are watching, even though it's fake, I understand that. And even though it's Hollywood, I understand that. But you are watching a reenactment of a murder. And that causes blunt trauma to the mind. That's why people who actually experience murder, that's why they're given therapists. Because, you have to, people who serve in the army, they see horrible things. You have to mentally process the horrific things you see.
Yeah. Here's a big difference. This might provide a little bit of insight here. People who served in the military, yeah, they have experienced horrific things that were real, and they knew they were real. I watched Cannibal Holocaust. Okay? I was eating spaghetti at the time, but that's a separate thing. I watched Cannibal Holocaust for the very first time. I had no issues with everything that was shown in that movie, except for the stuff involving the animals, because I knew the stuff with the animals was real. I'm not traumatized by it. But maybe that's because I've experienced some real life things that kind of separated that. So, I fall asleep to director commentaries. Okay. Fine. Gucci. One of my favorite things in life is when a judgmental normie joins a horror discussion. Isn't it grand? Isn't it marvelous? Oh, that's where we go. All right. Welcome to hell. Yeah. And it's in a car. Oddly enough. Who knew? Maybe it's an Outback. Yeah, it's nice when a horror movie is over and you're back to reality and you can just stroll off to bed. Yeah, I sleep like a baby. You see it? Well, congratulations. You're able to separate the fiction from what's actually your real life. Well done. Yeah, because being in war is just like the Freddy Kruegers. Yep. All of them. Wait, you mean these images on my screen are make-believe? Who knew? I've got some bad news for him involving, like, documentary pieces. Some of those are also, like, recreations, thus not entirely real. I'm sure it will once again blow his mind. I watched that too. There you go. I don't think you can get PTSD from a movie. At least not, like, served in the military level PTSD, no. I really don't think so. If there's a movie out there, horror or not, that's that fucking traumatic, I don't think it would be in distribution. I think the police would be at the director's door. Yes, there's something similar involving animals in Apocalypse Now. Oh, yay. I don't like it, but I'm not traumatized by it. There you go. I mean, I understand, on a somewhat similar note, I understand that there are people who cannot deal with animals or children being in real danger in movies. That's totally fine. And I'm not exactly happy about that myself, but often it's fake. This is the magic of Hollywood and special effects. Tom Savini must be Satan to him. Yeah, don't fuck with cats was just hard. Yeah, I've heard that. I don't want to see it. I don't really want to see that. No, thank you.
Again, in context, I understand that it's fiction. But I am going to shed light on this subject as we approach Halloween and as my car is parked outside of Spirit Halloween, one of those stores. I'm bringing to mind that horror movies are harmful to the mind. Do what you want. If you want to watch them, look, free crunchy, and you should be able to watch them. But I'm trying to say, and what's that guy that played the Joker in the Dark Knight Batman thing?
Heath Ledger. You're welcome. So, okay, I think I'm getting a bit more clarity on this particular individual here and why he had such a hard time. I think I'm understanding it now. He went into the Spirit Halloween. He was traumatized by something that he saw in there. I'm not sure. Maybe it was the room with Chucky. I'm not sure about it. Maybe. And decided to make this video. Why you gotta be dissing on Spirit, though? Damn. Hello, D. We're almost halfway through this first video. It's a lot of talking points. Hello, Trivial Theater. I think folks that freak out about horror generally, outside of the obvious things, really need a margarita and a vibrator. You know what? He looks like that would do him some good. Yeah. Remember, vibrators are for everyone. I think that would help a lot. I mean, he did mention that he used to have a girlfriend. Not that I'm trying to judge sexuality here. He used to have a girlfriend who liked horror and roller coasters. So, yeah, that could help him. Oh God, tell me he's not going to bomb that Spirit. Oh God, now I hope not. I certainly hope not. No, I don't think so. No. That would require him to think about, like, horror and Halloween stuff more, so probably not. Spirit Halloween is the devil. Fuck yeah. Anyway. Who hurt him? Apparently, I guess, his former friend, I'm assuming, from childhood, and ex-girlfriend some number of years ago. Oh, maybe that's another thing that triggered this. The girlfriend broke up with him. I figured it out, everybody. I figured it out. That's it. End of stream. We're done. Oh, agreed. Yeah, see? There you go. Welcome to 2023. We got something for everybody. It's alright. Be free. I will be so happy if he tells everyone we need to find Jesus. I know, right? I'm waiting for that, too. I am waiting for that. It would have been fabulous. Okay, on a side note, kind of similar, but side note. I saw a video on TikTok of, I'm gonna say Sam's Club or Costco, one of those places, of this woman who must have been on or off something, looking at one of those I think it's a stationary, could have been an animatronic, but like Grim Reaper style Halloween decoration pieces. And was literally holding a cross to it, freaking out, just yelling, screaming, going off, saying, begone, Satan, all that shit. This is a much more toned down version, but it's kind of in that same category. I watched Pet Sematary when I was 11, my introductions to themes about death and grief. Yeah, see? I mean, that's rough stuff to deal with, but through media in general, horror or not, it can be helpful. Just a thought. By the way, why does Jesus get lost so much that people always have to find him? I don't know, man. I think we should put a beeper on him. I think, someone needs to call his dad. All I can say is, sir, this is a Wendy's. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Please drive through. Order something and drive through. That would have been hysterical if he were at, like, a drive-through of something. I don't care what. A something. Perhaps a Chick-fil-A. Okay, gonna be fair. One moment, alright? Maybe it is traumatizing for him. Fair. So he shouldn't watch them. Yeah. Nobody is going to force you to watch a horror movie. Most often. Maybe it's some sort of sadistic friend. But yeah, no, if horror thoroughly unsettles you, you just don't like it, okay. Don't watch it. It's very easy. It's kind of like you don't have to watch a video on YouTube if you don't like it. Quite a concept. Some of us get freaked out by bald guys with big noses who keep getting too close to the camera. Yeah. I suppose I should be grateful that it seems like he has a decent enough setup to make videos. Like, glancing through his channel, he is a YouTuber in a way. Kind of like a vlog style. And he's not like holding his phone like this, I suppose I should be grateful for that. Pretty sure she has a restraining order against him. Maybe. The gory effects come from a bunch of nerds in a workshop wearing comic book t-shirts, having a good time, and thinking of ways to kill people. Yeah, it's creativity. Everybody's having a good time. I can promise you that special effects people are some of the biggest nerds, and I say this with affection, the biggest nerds you would ever want to meet, and such good-natured people, more often than not. So, even if one were to be traumatized so bad by a horror movie, it is not something they could grow from and get over eventually. Alright, anecdotal once again. I've mentioned this before, so short version. I, at the age of 4, was essentially traumatized by Bruce from Jaws at California Universal Studios, the tram thing. Had no knowledge of Jaws previously, and after that, obviously, very familiar. And up until some handful of years ago, I did not watch Jaws. I didn't watch Jaws. I didn't like to see photographs of actual great white sharks. It's like receiving a jump scare. You want to know the real fun part? I have since seen Jaws. I've seen all the Jaws movies. I can look at pictures of great white sharks and be fine. We can grow as people. It's okay. I'm that sadistic friend. Same. Yes, Martyrs is a family picture. Well, I'll let you have that one. I don't get hardcore Christians. I mean, the Son of God is a zombie who prompted vampirism and cannibalism. They should love horror, you would think. You ever go through the Bible? Hey. Anyway. Lots of sex, sacrifice, murder, genocide, the R word, animal cruelty in that good book. Yeah, exactly. Honestly, I'm willing to bet that this gentleman here is probably of the faith, but I'm not going to make any firm assumptions. It would just make sense, you know? You're right, they have to be fans of horror. Yep. Yep. You gotta, of your own volition, free will, most likely, you gotta explore it yourself. If it's not something you like, cool. Fine. Maybe you're a rom-com person. Totally fine. I'm not. So I'll be over here. Hello, Jacob. I think there's value to art that is traumatic and provocative, sure. I don't really buy into the idea that art should always be purely entertainment. No, and I'm sure that CP would agree with you on that. It can serve many purposes, sometimes multiples at once. But if it's something that you like and you enjoy, great. Dashcam, fucking hate that movie. Fucking hate it. But there are people who really do like it, and that's wonderful. I'm glad. The only thing that I would be upset about when it comes to a horror movie is if someone made a horror movie that served no purpose whatsoever, that they weren't passionate about, it was just a way to get money, if you will, and didn't do anything that nobody liked. That's about the only time I'd be upset about that. So, but I guess I'm one of those who's received multiple brain injuries. So, I find the folks that rage most about horror are going off lore more than ever actually viewing them. It's sad, really. It is, yeah. You would think that people would actually educate themselves before they start talking about something. Oh. I enjoy Martyrs, but I also enjoy Guardians of the Galaxy. On a day that's stressful for me, it's very possible that you could find me watching The Birdcage. Horror just happens to be my primary... How shall we put it? The primary entertainment that I ingest, whatever the word is. Consume. Parents. You can't watch this horror movie, too much sex and gore. Also parents, gives kids tablet/phone to watch it instead. Yeah. Yep. There's a lot of hypocrisy. Oh, you mean most of the Amityville movies? Well, you're not wrong. I don't know, I think Amityville Death Toilet looks pretty entertaining, like it really goes back to the origins of the story. Dashcam, the most watchable protagonist ever? I'm going to take that as you joking, Jacob. I know you're joking. I was thinking Spree at first. Oh. I was like, oh, I really like that one. No. I haven't seen Spree. I know. Bless Joe Keery. Okay. No, haven't seen that one yet, but I'm sure it's much better than Dashcam. So, could watch the other guys all day. Hilarious. My friend made Amityville Gas Chamber. Oh, God. So, they're the one that's responsible. But he was trying to make a point. Okay, well, see, a purpose. There's a purpose. I haven't seen that one yet, so we've got a way to go. I haven't even seen Dollhouse yet, okay? We've got a way to go. Gotta take breaks. Amityville Karen, that's real. Well, it's certainly a movie that was made. And, CP did a watch-along of it, so there's a plug for you. Oh, God. Now Amityville goes to space. Yeah. It's floating on what, a rock or something? Somewhere in space? Listen, when they started doing yard sales with evil lamps that grandmas yeeted out of the attic... I don't know about that. Folks who look down on the genre typically think of horror as big-titted chick runs through woods. as if slashers make up the entire genre. Correct. Very much correct. We have more to offer. There's titties too, but there's more to offer. We have depth over here, you know? Don't watch that one. It's just him sitting at a table reading and farting. Oh. Is that all? I don't know, could still be more entertaining than Death Toilet. Obviously, I look forward to going through that franchise.
I watched it and he ended up committing suicide. It hurts your mind. It hurts your mind. And I don't care what people say. I don't agree with horror movies. I won't watch them. I won't watch them.
Okay.
Not anymore. I used to when I was immature, but I used to do a lot of things when I was immature.
Alright, guys. We're too immature for this. We gotta go home. We gotta go home. Okay? We're too immature for this. It's for life, I guess. So, I guess we just gotta go back to watching Amityville Vibrator. He's never seen Spookies, has he? No, that would have been fun. I'm sure that would have been fun. Too immature to handle such deep concepts of life, like Pet Sematary. Oi. Okay, well, that's alright. You know what? I already knew I was immature. I watched a Saw parody called Slaw. Boring. How do you mess up a Saw parody? That way, apparently. First time hearing of it.
And I see now why I wasn't being the best me. This channel, it's about living in your car. It's about inspirational stuff. It's about life lessons. It's about whatever I want to talk about. But it's also about being the best you. And if you're going to be the best you, I don't think you should veg out on Netflix and watch horror movies. I don't. I think you're hurting your mind. Mind, body, and soul. You want to live out of your car? I think the last thing you should be doing is watching a horror movie. You live in an RV and the wind blows. Next thing you know, you think...
You're going about 120, my dude. I need you to tone it down just a touch. However, so he's saying if you watch horror movies, or someone who regularly watches horror movies, then you are not equipped. You are not mentally ready to live in your car. How many jokes are in that sentence? I just need you guys to list them for me and do the work. Thank you. Oh yeah, because this looks like a guy who binges Citizen Kane in 2001. Doesn't he? Yeah. Yep. Hi, Sky. Horror movies are not bad for you. I wouldn't be able to go into the mortuary career partly without it. Precisely. An excellent point. Which, also, side note, little plug, this is something that we did talk about, Sky and myself, on the previous episode of The Horror of Mental Health, talking about Pearl as well. Just a quick shout out. Anyway. I wish I was mature, don't we all? I guess all of us air traffic controllers just still have a lot of growing to do. Yep. Yeah. If this is what maturity looks like, I'm good. I must be prepubescent. I'm good. I'll be over here. Let me pop in another Chucky film. And then watch all the Freddy Kruegers. All 5 of them. Wait. He lives in his car? Oh, a jigsaw puzzle drops. Yep. Now, I'm not, before we go any further, a quick disclaimer. I'm not saying that anybody who lives in their car is lesser than anyone else. Absolutely not. I think they can be quite fascinating videos. I'll watch one on occasion. I think it's quite interesting to see this. Seems very freeing, you know? But I think this guy's got a lot of baggage in the trunk of his car, you know? I agree, most Netflix horror is terrible. I was just about to say. Don't be a couch potato, okay? Harm yourself intellectually by watching, or binging, if you will, Netflix horror. Go to Shudder. It's cheaper, too, so And you can share it with friends. Sponsor me. Dude, you're living in your car. Are you sure that's the best you can do? Hey, his choice. If this is the best that he can do, that is the best that he can do. We all have different levels. I can't keep up with this guy. I know, that's why I had to pause for a minute. Somebody write Cliff Notes. He's getting that high voice. Yes. And I forget who said this, but you can always tell when someone is telling bullshit or is getting way too worked up emotionally by how high their voice goes. In that case, this guy's about to have an aneurysm. He needs a Valium. Yes. Yes. 1 for him, 2 for me. Oh, everybody gets a Valium. Yes. Creep, was awesome though, Podcast in the Woods. I like Creep. That's true. That was on Netflix. Yeah. Or if it still is, I don't know. But I mean, he's right. I'm not ready to live in my car. True. I thought about it once and went, I can't do that. No. Does this guy talk about what he does watch? Good question. I wonder if he's going to mention that. Does he watch action movies? Action movies tend to be violent. Does that make him a degenerate? I really wish that this guy had something like Letterboxd on his account. That way I could just go through what he has seen movie-wise and what he's liked and judge him. If he loves the Taken franchise, some of his favorite films, Rambo. Wait a minute. Anyway. I wonder how he feels about the Leprechaun movies. That's a fabulous idea. You know, unfortunately, I've noticed, on this video in particular, I would love to know what happened. If something happened previously, because this video is like 5 years old at this point, I would love to know if he posted this video and people had a fit in the comments because the comments are off for this video, or if he just does that automatically, if he sensed there would be a disturbance. I don't know. I would have loved to have seen that. And then maybe I would have left a comment saying, try the Leprechaun franchise. Try that. You might like it better. Just to be sadistic. Netflix does good horror shows, but not movies. Except Fear Street. Yeah, Fear Street was the exception there. I'd say that. It gets lucky once in a while, so... He finds some things out about himself with a vibe. Methinks. Yeah. It's alright. It's alright. You know, you would find some great mental stability if you just found out where your prostate was. Okay, never mind. Moving on. Hi, Louise. Hi. Welcome. We're judging people. We're judging the normies again. Why not? They're judging us. Do people live in their car on purpose? There are some, yes. Yep. I mean, I'm 50. I could have missed something. No, there are people, yeah, who will live in their cars, which in a way I can understand. Kind of, sort of. I imagine that in some places in particular, it might be the cheaper option. I spent several months in one of those, like, rent RVs, if you will. Not a big one. One that, like, had a truck in the front. Several months with 3 other members of my family and 11 animals. And I'm still recovering. The toilet of that thing backed up, like, twice. I'm still recovering. We still got that smell, you know? Do not recommend. But that was a chaotic situation to begin with. I just imagine there's a lot of, even like truckers, you know, those who carry large loads, however you want to phrase that in a less suggestive way. You know, those who will sleep in their trucks when they're delivering or picking up stuff. Those are interesting to watch too on occasion, and I understand that that's their work, that's their livelihood as well. There are people who do actively make the choice of like, okay, I'm gonna like renovate a bus or a van and make it everything that I need to live and just go wherever I want. Fantastic idea. If that works for you, that's great. Fabulous. I can't do that. For multiple reasons, I can't do that. He could watch Taken, but then how would he resist shooting someone in the face after that? I guess, when media influences you that much, there's always the chance, I guess. He will probably enjoy Andy Warhol's sleep. Nothing happens. Just a guy sleeping for 5 hours. Oh, so it's almost like ASMR. Sounds like fun. Whoops, we skipped. You'd be surprised. A lot of folks do. Yeah, there's a whole section on YouTube, I believe, of people living in cars, modified vans. It's interesting. It's definitely interesting. Leprechaun has been known to inspire many serial killers and mass murderers. Sincerely, truly an issue plaguing our nation. Okay, you're fucking about. I got you. I was about to say they must be short serial killers. I'll leave. Oh, so kind of like the new Rainbow Kids. What's a Rainbow Kid? Oh, no, that's something I'm not familiar with. Yeah, they call it van living. There you go. Nowadays, yep. Yep. You can go to campsites. It's kind of cool. Homelessness of any kind scares me more than any horror movie or horror film. I would agree with that. Only because I have, technically, same thing with the RV thing, technically been homeless for a good while there. Obviously on the more positive end, but not fun to me. But, again, that's me. I wonder how many vagabonds are there by choice. I don't know. I guess that's another thing we would be surprised by, to be quite honest. A Rainbow Kid are the ones who used to live on the streets and couch surfing on purpose as part of a spiritual journey. Kind of a perm walkabout. Oh. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. Appreciation. Was not familiar. Learned something.
Freddy Krueger's out there. You know what I mean? I'm telling you. You think I'm joking, but it'll creep in your spirit. Because everything you ingest, just like food, you think it's cool to go to McDonald's? You think it's cool, to go to Chipotle to eat a burrito? Yeah, it's cool. 5 minutes later, your body shuts down. You think it's cool? You think it's playful?
I know fast food is bad, but it can't be that fucking bad. Shit, where are you eating? 5 minutes later, your body shuts down. Dead. You get one McNugget, and you're dead. Easy now. Easy there. Where's that vegetarian vegan teacher? I'm sure she would love to talk to this guy. Where is she? Oh, wait, that's right. We banned her off of TikTok. Anyway. Listen, I'm not advocating for McDonald's here. Okay. Of all the places that you could get some fast food, McDonald's, that was your first bad choice. I'm not going to judge you too harshly. Okay? There may be specific things that you can get from McDonald's. That's alright. That's alright. However, dude, speaking of ingesting something that's bad for you, what did you snort this morning off of the steering wheel of your car? What was that? Because I don't think that was very good for you. Oop, there we go. I knew it! Spirits are out there. Yes. They're out there, ma'am. Personally, I think we could vibe with them. Not that kind of vibe, but, watch some horror movies. And this dude legit thinks Nightmare on Elm Street was a true story. I know, right? There are elements, as with many horror movies, that are based on real shit. But it's not like that. Oh my god. Of the many things that he could have picked, why is it Nightmare on Elm Street? Is that the trauma? Is that where we got the trauma? It was the knife glove thing? Someone contact Robert Englund and tell him that he scarred this man for life. Oh. Some non-horror movies can be dark in my opinion. Oh yeah. Like Girl Interrupted. Yeah. Christine. Oh god, that sounds familiar. Because I automatically think of the 80s one, but that's not the one you're talking about. Not a remake. Fuck, what's the other one that I honestly almost refuse to watch? Requiem for a Dream. Fuck. Yeah, no, there's a lot of non-horror movies that are traumatic. Thank you very much. Killer Tomatoes movie will scar him for life. Yep, he'll never eat a tomato again. Never again. Never have a salad again. It's true, I ate a Big Mac when I was 6 and both my legs fell off. Damn! Damn! That's traumatic, man. See, that's the trauma right there. Does he really? Yeah. 8-ball. Well, or cue ball. We don't have a cue ball, do we? Shit. Anyway. The bleakest movies I can think of tend not to be horror. Exactly. Fuck. There's some really, really bleak stuff out there, man. It's not even in horror. That would blow his fucking mind. Anyway, that's hilarious, actually. It is kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. I'm having a good time. Christine 2016 is excellent. I need to see Requiem for a Dream. Make sure you're having a really good day. Don't watch that on a down day. Okay? Okay. Christine, about the news reporter. Oh, that's right. Shit. Okay, got it. That one always comes up whenever I'm searching for the other Christine. Also true. Very much. Rebecca Hall is fantastic in it. Okay, cool. Cool shit. Personal pick for most dramatic non-horror movie. Dirty Work. I'm not familiar with that one. I have to at least have a look. May not watch, but have a look. There's a war movie called Come and See. That's another one that will leave you broken after watching, but not PTSD level. Right. Like the movie from Norm Macdonald, or movie with Norm Macdonald. Yeah. Did you all know after Night of the Living Dead came out, there was a 42% rise in zombieism? I knew it! I fucking knew it! Blame Romero. Shit. Anyway. Just like after we got the It remake, did you see that there was a rise in like killer child-eating clowns? I never trust a storm drain again. Nah, I won't trust sewers either. It's not for the clown, but I don't trust him. Anyway. Rebecca Hall, fantastic in just about everything, Jacob. Yeah. Apparently, R word, is traumatizing to me even when it's dogs. That's fair. Yeah. These movies have repercussions. Apparently. According to this guy, if you happen to see a rise in guys wearing hats that are severely burned running around with knives on their fingers, it's because of Nightmare on Elm Street. A few decades too late, but it's because of those movies. All of them. Oh, most disturbing movie, Irreversible. That's what I've heard. Never again. Seems like a real fun watch for the family. Michael C. Hall is also in Christine. Okay. Watching out for the Rat Man. Yeah. Rat Man. Or Ratma. Either way.
To watch, you know what I'm saying, the series Death on Netflix. You're watching it, yeah, it's cool, great. Then a half hour.
Series of Death? Have I missed something? What is that? Anybody who might be in the know, I'm not good with series anyway. Series of Death. I've heard of Faces of Death, but that was not on Netflix.
Hour later when it's complete darkness, oh, all you do, your mind is going crazy. It's going crazy.
It's kind of the point.
All right, that's it. I'm not gonna bar. I know. I'm just gonna say this.
Sir, you have at least, I don't know, 2 minutes left in this video.
In my opinion, all right, it's my opinion. And some scientific studies show, all studies are debatable, but studies show, on average, that a person who watches horror movies causes mental harm to their psychological well-being, which
let me do something that this guy clearly did not do. Okay? Let's bring up Google for a minute. Psychological studies and horror movies. Oh, psychology stuff. Well, you know, whatever. Whatever. No, I didn't mean psychological movies, horror movies that mess with your brain. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. Okay, hold on. Why do we enjoy horror films? This is from Psychology Today. I don't know the full validity of this article, but I'm still gonna read a little bit of this. This is from October 23rd of 2021 by Frederick L. Coolidge, PhD. So let's take a moment. Oh, professor of University of Colorado Springs. Well, shit, from the home state. Isn't that lovely? All right. So let's just kind of read through a little bit of this. I'm not going to read through the whole thing, but I just kind of figured it would be nice to get some science behind some of these claims. Okay? Well, that's interesting. Okay. Moving along. You know what? Let's just read. All right. Carl Jung and horror movies. Horror movies may draw upon what Carl Jung, I hope I'm saying that name correctly, forgive me, called an archetype, which are universal and cross-cultural themes that help form one's personality and impel behavior patterns. One important archetype was the shadow, and it may be critical in understanding why we are both attracted to and scared by horror films. The archetype often represented the unknown, repressed ideas, shortcomings, weaknesses, and chaos for Jung. Generally, the shadow consisted of unacceptable traits to society and sometimes offensive to our morals and ethics. Jung thought that the cultural expression of the shadow might take the appearance of dark forms such as demons, dragons, or snakes in our dreams and premonitions. Rather interesting. Oh, Jung. Okay. Jung? Okay, Jung. I'll try that. Sorry, I'm ignorant. But we're trying to learn. Appreciate you, Sky. Let's see. Interestingly, in his 1964 classic book, Man and His Symbols, Jung used a picture of Godzilla as a representation of the shadow. He also noted that this destructive force of the shadow also had a constructive side, in the sense that sometimes things must be destroyed to be created anew. Interesting. That's just one aspect. I suppose there's a lot more. Yeah, here's what I'll do. Once again, providing something that my dude here did not. Here's the link to that article, if anybody's curious about that. And we're going to move on real quick and see anxiety, because that's the thing that he talks about quite often for this. Anxiety and horror movies. Horror movies, or horror films, may reduce anxiety for some. Wow, I can speak today. Once again, from Psychology Today. Again, I don't know the validity of this particular site, but they keep popping up. Robert T. Mueller, PhD, once again wrote about this. April 13th, 2020. Let's see. Actually, before we get into that, let me just catch up on everybody over here, because I know you be talking. Bless you. You be talking. I appreciate you. Here we go. Speaking of clowns, do we think that the clown sighting in 2016 was an elaborate marketing for... Yeah, you mean like the killer clowns that would like show up and... Probably. Well, maybe in some way, maybe unintentional. It might have just been a thing. We went through a like creepy clown phase there. I don't know what the deal was, but it was interesting. I know there wasn't clown eating children. I wish. But wasn't there people dressed up as clowns going up to people's door cameras? They were looking to get unalived. I know, right? Listen, I'm chaotic. Okay? I'll do some, I don't know, prank-ish in good nature kind of stuff. I wouldn't fucking do that. Jesus. Thanks for cheering me up, guys. I don't get to go see Insidious tonight, and you're making me feel better. Well, I'm sorry. Similarly, I haven't seen the new Insidious either. There's no theaters anywhere near me that are playing it, so, you know, but glad that we could cheer you up. That is always the goal. Always the goal. He means Faces of Death. Okay, I hope so. I thought so. Because if not, what was this, like, death series on Netflix that I missed? I'm actually laughing out loud at this guy here. I'm high, but still. You know what? Maybe this guy should be. Maybe that would help him chill. Just a little bit. Good God. Even childhood movies are messed up. Old Yeller? Shit, there's stuff in Homeward Bound, which I watched frequently as a kid that's traumatic. So, yeah, like old school Disney. Good Lord. Remember Tarzan, everybody? There's a subversion involving Michael C. Hall in the movie that might be my favorite part. Oh, he also ate it up. Ooh, well. But how loud are you laughing? Yeah. High sounds like so much fun, but it doesn't mix well with the diabetes. Ah. That's alright. Full-on Chucky laughter happening. Okay. I kind of thought so. Martin or Watership Down? Oh, Jesus Christ. And Plague Dogs is another one that I've been hearing about, kind of along the same lines as Watership Down. Good Lord. Right, young. Okay. We learned something. In German, anyways. In Korean, it is Jung. Oh, well. Either way, I'm sure I'm offending somebody. Sorry. Once again, ignorance. The Lion King is messed up too. Mufasa's death, Jesus. Yes, and Scar being eaten alive by hyenas. Oop, that was me. There you go. There's the article that I was reading for you. Just a little bit there. Lots of information, I'm sure. I'm still waiting for the part where he says, "I'm just kidding, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye." I know, right? It almost seemed like a couple times he was going to go that route, but I think he believes what he's saying here. That makes it so much better. So does that mean I'm the only one who thinks Scar is kind of hot? You know what? I have heard people have similar feelings on that, so I guess no. I think it's ironic that when Heather Langenkamp went public about being stalked, everyone assumed it had to be a Nightmare on Elm Street fan. Turns out it was someone who was obsessed with a sitcom she was on. Yeah. Bizarre, isn't it? Scar was the reason I liked emo dudes before I realized I'm gay. Fair. I can see it. Very emo, you know? I'm still waiting for Freddy's claw to come crashing through his chest. What? Just me again? How very Nightmare on Elm Street 2 of you, darling. Yes. Creepy clowns aren't a phase for juggalos. Yeah. That is a cultural thing I don't know much about, I'm afraid. But I've heard and seen. Christine teared me up because it's based on a real tragedy and can relate to her mental state. I was supposed to go, but there's gonna be ONTS? I'm not sure. Forgive me. Of Art the Clowns walking around and my wife has a fear. Ah, see? Clown phobia. Oh, tons. Okay, gotcha. That's fair. That's totally fair. And see, it's very easy, because you can just not go and not be traumatized. Quite a concept. I think he means the ABCs of death. Oh, shit. Okay, that makes more sense. I got 2 of them in my collection. Okay, that makes more sense. I remember those were, maybe still are, on Netflix. Gotcha. I can see that. Very accurate depiction of isolation and depression. Yes. Can't see them putting Faces of Death on Netflix. No. Of course, apparently they're making a remake. I don't know how that's gonna work. But also, probably won't be on Netflix. I'm just venturing a guess. Oh god, Homeward Bound. I've tried to block the scene with Sassy in the river out of my brain permanently. Yes. Yeah. Fair. Land Before Time. Trauma. Watership Down and Plague Dogs are both great. I mean, they look beautiful. Really. I'm not gonna watch them. But they look beautiful. First movie I saw in the cinema, Jacob, and led to my dinosaur obsession. That makes sense. I've heard people have similar feelings about that. Well, you know. Just from a viewing perspective, you know. How many guns do you think this guy has? I don't know. He's living in his car. Maybe a small one. Make a little hole, you know. If we're lucky, again, not to judge too heavily, none. Wes Craven gave Heather Langenkamp a stalker in New Nightmare, though maybe that's why people think that. Maybe so. But yeah. People who get wrapped up in fiction or celebrities tend not to be horror fans, honestly. That's fair. Yeah, the York, once again, pronouncing names incorrectly maybe. Stalker being another example, right? As many that fits in his car, Louise. Yeah, it's all under the seats. We just don't see him. It's for this video, you know. Don't want to get taken down. Haven't seen it in a long time. I remember it being melancholy. Bjork Stalker was just sad and disturbing at the same time. Very much. I would think that the Stalker happened long before New Nightmare, probably. I don't know the exact timeline, so... The sitcom was on when I was still a teen. Right, no, that was... That must have been maybe about the same time as the first Nightmare? I don't know. I'm no expert. Take what I say with a grain of salt. Wait, go back. Thank you. The Stalker was based on Langenkamp's actual Stalker, right? It did happen before, but Wes used it in the film after the fact. That's kind of what I thought. Horror movies are like rock, metal music. It's just for shock and entertainment value. Yeah, it's all for entertainment. I mean, shit, Alice Cooper, one of my favorite rockers, entertainers. He beheads himself pretty much every night on stage. Okay? Like, you. It's not real, people. Didn't the lady from Friday the 13th get stalked for a long time, too? Yes. God, what's her name? Shit. What's her name? But yeah, you are right. She disappeared. Adrienne King. She disappeared for a while because of the Stalker. And she's now starting to come back. So, yeah. Yes, although he did end up being a Friday the 13th fan. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying, of course, I'm sure none of us are saying that never happens. It's just a lot more rare. Hello, some neat. Long time no talk. Aye. We're over here criticizing. Daniel Harris also had a stalker. I'm unfortunately not terribly surprised. If anyone had a gun to your head and made you pick between Black Christmas 2019 or Jeepers Creepers Reborn, which would you pick? I don't know. I've never seen either. But apparently Black Christmas would be the one to go to. Good to know. Anyway, we'll get back to the video in just a hot second here. I just wanted to, prove a point. So, this article, horror films may reduce anxiety for some individuals, which I shall once again link in the chat for everyone. Let's see. My love for the horror genre began as soon as I was able to operate my VHS player. By the age of 10, I had viewed more horror films than any of my peers or their parents. I also experienced my share of anxiety throughout childhood, yet the relationship between my fascination with horror movies and my bouts of undiagnosed anxiety never crossed my mind until I read an article proposing that some people with anxiety may find relief through watching horror movies. The article noted that the brain's limbic system has a primary role in responding to anxiety-arousing scenes in movies as if these negative emotional experiences were real. When watching a horror movie, the amygdala detects emotions of fear and prepares us for frightening events, while our conscious perception recognizes that these alarming events are not real. This implies that we can vicariously experience negative emotions in a controlled environment, which may be useful in managing anxiety. Furthermore, some researchers have supported this concept and have suggested that watching scary movies may act as a form of exposure for individuals with anxiety. Anxiety-related disorders affect approximately 18% of the population, and some of the predominant symptoms include excessive worrying, apprehensive expectations, and restlessness. It is possible that while an individual is viewing a scary film, their anxiety-related symptoms are temporarily suspended. So, anyway, we'll just leave that over here for now, and we'll get back to that. Yeah, so pretty much what I've heard several times before and makes sense to me as someone who does deal with anxiety. So, the Daniel Harris obsession online has always been a bit intense. I've seen some stuff. JC4, pull the trigger though. At what point, like, through the film do you want to get, yeah. Worst feminist movie, Black Christmas 2019. This is what I've heard. Best feminist movie, Promising Young Woman. Also what I've heard. That's one I need to check out still. That's not exactly horror, is it? I don't know, I could be wrong. Yeah, that and Death Proof, although Death Proof is clearly better made. Agreed. Alright. Dice, what is your favorite horror film of all time? You don't know this already? Phantom of the Paradise and The Frighteners. I have to pick both because it really does depend on when you catch me and on what day as to which one I will pick. But those are my two favorites. See, I told you it was therapy. Yeah, exactly. It's actually, I think, a very healthy way of being able to try to condition your brain to deal with high anxiety, high stress, high tension moments much better. I've been told multiple times that in high pressure situations and in situations involving blood, something traumatic, I deal with it with a very cool, level head. I'm not saying that's totally because of the horror movies, but I'm sure it helps. Love Witch isn't the best horror movie, in my opinion, but it might be the best in the past 10 years or so. It's beautifully made. Beautifully made. I haven't seen it either. Well, fix it, somebody, fix it. I recommend both, of course. So, anyway, where were we?
Which brings up their levels of anxiety and causes less sleep. Horror movies are harmful to your mind. During Halloween, during every part of the year, be mindful of that. Take what I'm saying in context. Don't judge anybody who watches them, but discern and decide what is best for your mental well-being And mental health. Mental health.
Yes, I agree. You know what? I agree. You decide what you are able to handle, enjoy, deal with. Don't go watching shit, horror or not, that you don't handle well. That's why I said I really don't want to watch Requiem for a Dream anytime in the near future. I have it, but I'm not going to watch it unless I know I'll be able to deal with it. The Haunting series fucked me up. Okay? I'm not rewatching them all the time. So anyway, good God. When Jamie yells Michael in H2O, that was very therapeutic, even if you don't like the film. You know what? I'll agree with that. Yes. One of my favorites of the Halloween franchise, by the way. Dice, if they did and you had no choice, who would you cast for Phantom of the Paradise remake? Well, shit. Alright, let's think about that. It'd have to be someone who is somewhat familiar with character acting. Number one, because William Finley was. But, oh god, are we talking everybody? Because that's gonna take some time. Shit. Me? No, I don't know. Wow. Now I'm gonna have to think about that. Damn it, Marty. Now I'm gonna be up because of that. You're gonna prove this guy's point. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. First person to say Timothy Chalamet is gonna get hurt. Okay? I have nothing against him. But for that role, no. I don't know. If anybody has any suggestions, please throw them out there because I'm not terribly good with majority of actors. Also, the Stepford Wives and Unsane. There. Yeah. Yep. Don't judge anyone that watches them while he's judging everyone who watches them. Yeah, did anybody else feel that heat? Because I did, yes. Have you seen the official posters for The Exorcist Believer? I have. Yeah, they're everywhere. I know it's a poster, but damn, they are creepy. I will give them that. Yes, they do look creepy. I hear there's a trailer. I don't know if it's necessarily released online, but there's a trailer that's going around. I have not seen that either. So, I don't know. And I'm very iffy about it. In all seriousness, horror movies work a lot like sad movies. You get scared/sad, then have a chance to work through the end and release that fear and have a good cry. Yeah, it's therapeutic. Absolutely. Just to reach his levels of volume, it's therapeutic. It helps deal with emotions we may not be able to resolve so easily in real life. Yeah. Yeah. The human brain is very complex, but at the same time, very dumb. So, in order to kind of, as the article said, experience that vicariously in a safe, familiar environment with friends, with family, that can help. You'd be surprised. There's a lot of... Well, that's... Shit! I haven't even mentioned this, but that is a very big reason why I started Brain Mucus and the horror of mental health, to explore that. Damn, nice segue, yeah. Right, yeah, exactly. Snaps, Catherine, snaps. Consider it to be continued question and answer in a tweet, maybe. Yeah, or message or something. I'll have to think about that. You might have to remind me, I'm not gonna lie. But I'll try to think about it. I think that's why movies like Dr. Sleep and The Black Phone work so well in spite of their very dark themes involving kids. Yes. And I love The Black Phone, and Dr. Sleep is a beautiful movie and sequel. Dice, have you ever got into punk rock or emo music? Dude, I grew up with the emo music, okay? My Chemical Romance, Fall Out Boy. Yeah, just name a few. Evanescence. Within Temptation. It's more goth, but, you know. I still will listen to what would probably be classified as that. My music taste is like a roulette wheel, I'm not gonna lie. 1 minute you're listening to Sleepy Nicks, okay? Next minute you got Beartooth. It's interesting. But, yes. Loved both those movies. Yep. There you go. Black Phone, my favorite of last year, as a matter of fact. The posters look better than the film is going to be, I fear. Ooh, that's kind of my concern. If we're doing a Paradise remake, my instinct is to cast David Bowie as the evil producer. Yeah, ooh. That would be very interesting. But he's dead, so yeah, not possible. But, you know, in an alternate universe, that would be really interesting. Yeah, because we know he can play kind of a villainous type. Very interesting idea. I like it. Thanks for not making fun of me for getting on there. Hello? Darling, please. I've done a lot of research on the subject of horror and what it contributes to our society. No, that's awesome. I love that. That's fabulous, darling. At least you did. Numbnuts over here didn't. The Black Christmas 2019 ripped off the famous jump scare from Exorcist 3, but they did it poorly. No impact at all. Lame movie. Ooh, I think I heard that. I think I'd heard that somewhere. My recast was Marilyn Manson. His look was very much inspired by the character at one point in time. I guess I could kind of see that. I don't know if I would want that, though, for multiple reasons. I don't know. I'll probably be very picky as to who I would want to play Winslow / the Phantom. Dr. Sleep is so much better than it has any right to be. Fair. Maybe Linus Roche, forgive me, from Mandy as the producer. Now I'm thinking about the Paradise recast question. That's alright, go ahead, because my brain is going... Salam Monte, Grandpa Horror, everyone. Welcome. We're being pursued by the people with the pitchforks and the torches again. Are they ever not? Rebecca Ferguson was the highlight of that one for me. That's fair. I can see that. It's funny to bring up Linus, Jake. I've been rewatching L&O. Law and Order? Anyway. Yeah, everybody's saying hi. Rose the Hat is awesome. Very intriguing villain. Always appreciate it. She has style too, you know? I've always been so scared to say that out loud. No, why? Go for it, darling. Go for it. I was right, yes. Law and Order. I do know some things. I do know some pop culture. He was in Law and Order? Didn't know that. Well, there you go. Now you do. I know there's a lot of, like, cameos, famous faces. What the hell is my hair doing here? Alright. It's this guy. He's fucking up my hairstyle. I knew it. Anyway.
It's a real thing. Not just when a tragedy happens, every day. That's the thing. Mental health, man, it's underestimated. Now, you know, society's more health conscious. You know, people are going vegan. If you go vegan, but you watch horror flicks, yeah, it's like now you have a healthy body, but you just stabbed a knife in your mind.
Someone tell Nightmare Maven. Someone alert every vegan horror film fan that they're just fucking themselves over. Quickly, everybody. We've got to at these people and let them know they're stabbing themselves in the brain. Oh my god. Okay. Shall we dissect that? Are there any vegans with us as of currently? I would like some input. Because as a filthy meat eater, I ate fried chicken. while watching the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre for the first time. It was a hot day. Kind of figured it was kind of thematic, you know. I ate spaghetti with meatballs for my first viewing of Cannibal Holocaust. Unfortunately, missed the opportunity to do split pea soup with The Exorcist, but we can always fix that. Whoever said horror movies are bad for you is a nitwit. Exhibit A. Oh god, he going after vegans, he going after people who do fast food, he going after people who love horror movies. Ow! God, no wonder he had to turn the comments off of this video. I did hear in an interview with David Gordon Green, that he is taking a more academic style with The Exorcist than he did with Halloween. Well, that could be a very good or a very bad thing. What does that mean? Yeah, he was the ADA in the last few seasons. Alright, there you go, and there you go. There you go. Okay, this guy is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Yeah, but no, I don't know. Maybe he would consider Cocoa Puffs to be destroying your liver somehow. I don't know. Oh, yeah, he can miss me with those Exorcist movies. No thanks. I know lots of people aren't too hyped for those. No thanks. Gotcha. I thought this guy had seen horror movies. I don't know. Sincerely, I don't know if he's ever sat down and watched one horror movie all the way through. I don't know. Where are these men coming from who have opinions on horror movies but have never seen them? Who are these people? The Sawyer House is a BBQ now. Yeah, no, that's true. Would love to eat there. Yeah, it was a bed and... Is it still a bed and breakfast? I know you can stay at the gas station. Like, 2 people, maybe. Oh, you got that right. Oh, whoops, I missed something, didn't I? I thought this guy, had seen horror movies. That's nothing like having a knife stabbed in your brain. Thank you. Yes. 1 minute, I'm listening to Elliott Smith, and the next minute is Blink 182. Then you're kind of like me, yeah. You was eating head cheese watching TCM2. You know what? I did see head cheese once at my grocery store. I was this tempted, but decided not to. Anyway. So, yeah. No, I do think that's absolutely hilarious. They saw an opportunity with those properties, and they went for it. Bless them. This guy is the first kill in every slasher. Yes. Because he wouldn't believe those of us who watch horror movies when we say, don't do that. Because apparently we're all just mentally fucked up, right? Isn't that kind of insulting to those who actually do have mental issues as well? Counterpoint, Catherine. This guy has no brain to stab. Ooh. Ooh. As they say, in the zombie apocalypse, you'd be safe. Who saw the Exorcist Believer poster today? All 3? 3 of them? This guy is the harbinger of doom archetype and doesn't realize it. You know what? That's an excellent point. That's an excellent point. This is Crazy Ralph, isn't it? It makes sense. It's Crazy Ralph. You're all doomed if you watch those horror movies. Doomed. Yeah. Yep. He would be the guy... Alas, if we still had Blockbusters around, he would be the guy standing on the corner going, "You're going to hell for watching that." And turns out it's something fucking ridiculous like Critters 2. Oh, God. Jacob has a point. Did they ever replace the guy from Friday the 13th? Mm-hmm. Casting people should be contacting him shortly. Exactly, like, what is this dude on? I don't know, and whatever it is, I don't want it. Yeah, there's a random guy in part 3. I don't know what he's on, but I'll have some. Hey, you know what? You try it, let me know how it goes, okay? Crystal meth. Oof. Well, at least it's not PCP, otherwise he wouldn't have even made a video. I promise to use it more responsibly. You know what? I trust you, Catherine. I trust you. Just report back, you know? And I keep doing this, excuse me, allergies. Not whatever he's doing. He's tweaking for sure in one way or another. Someone get him some downers and some decaf.
Mental health is just as important as your physical health. Oh man, it's a powerful lesson, man. I hope people get what I'm saying. I hope people just think I ain't being crazy or funny. I mean, people can think whatever, because obviously I'm confident enough to be me. But I want you to be the best you. And in my opinion, do what you want. Don't watch. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'm just going to say this. In my opinion, horror movies are harmful to the mind. Be careful. Stay inspired.
Inspired to what? Okay. Yeah, well, that was fun, wasn't it? I'm not going to tell you what to do. But here's a about 5-minute long video telling you that apparently you're making horrible choices by watching horror movies. Remember, everybody, watching a Friday the 13th movie is like stabbing yourself in the ass with a 10-inch blade. Kinky. Jeff, is that what you call it when your teeth fall out? Ooh. Ooh. He's high on Pureflix. Run! Yep. It's that Pureflix. That Pureflix powder right there. No, thank you. Is meth what you call it when your teeth fall out? There you go. Autocorrect. Damn it. This guy bought 20 tickets for Sound of Freedom. I swear to God, if I find out that he loves Sound of Freedom, I am going... You guys will hear it, because I will be laughing so fucking loud, okay? The Mr. Bones looks dashing behind you. Thank you, yes. Vincent, here, always very dapper. Always here. Even if you don't see him, he's always here. Presiding, if you will, over the activities. I miss Blockbuster. I just barely missed Blockbuster, so, you know. If they come back, if you happen to see me in a nice rich blue shirt somewhere, Blockbuster will be back. So that was that. That was that. This guy just, for curiosity's sake for everyone. Once again, that video came out October 2017 from a guy who does not typically talk about horror, obviously, or even movies. It's all about living in your car. So kind of like a vlog type thing. And he's got a little over 40,000 subscribers. Am I in the wrong industry? Oh, good lord. Anyway, he's still active. He's still doing stuff. That's great. That's wonderful. That's fantastic. He's doing his own thing, and as far as I am aware, he has not made another video talking about horror. So again, I have to wonder, what happened? What happened in this comment section that made him not pursue anything else about horror? It is baffling to me when someone is out there saying, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but here's exactly what you should do if you want to be healthy. This is not a one-size-fits-all thing. I speak once again from experience. I have been given literal medication to make me healthier that in the long run has been more harmful to me, that I had a bad reaction to, that 99% of other people did not. This is not one size fits all. Here's a thought. Here's my advice, and you should totally take everything that I say seriously. You know, as a horror fan with severe brain damage, apparently. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy and stop fucking sweating over all this shit that isn't even in your wheelhouse. The fuck? I don't watch sports. I'm not over here telling everybody to stop watching sports because, I don't know, you could get secondhand knee injuries from watching football. Anyway, so that was the first video. There's another one that's a little bit different, but it caught my eye all the same. We'll get to that in just a hot second. We keep Skeleton in the backseat of our car. Love it. When I eventually get a car, obviously he shall be in the passenger seat unless I do have other passengers, of course. Ideally, you'll love this. Ideally, I would like for my everyday use car to be a hearse. A lovely vintage hearse that I customize. So, you know, that in case you want to help with that. No, but seriously, it's, you know, it's there. Not necessarily, well, now we gotta get rid of that. Not necessarily for funding a hearse, but, you know. Anyway. We're doing something slightly different today. I thought I might throw it out there. Moving on. He should stay in his lane then. Ironic, since he is living in a car. And for some reason decided to park outside of a Spirit Halloween. If I start working at Spirit, am I going to see this guy outside? Again, if so, you guys will know. Hey, I saw your video. I want to talk to you. Oh, he's active. He is. He's still, and again, hey. Cool. If he were constantly pestering people about horror movies, then I would have a problem. This was just a one-off, I guess. So, damn, being Randy plays off. I fucking guess. Oh, Ranty, excuse me. Yes. Apparently. And not just against horror, but in horror, and I don't know. People love to watch people get pissed. I don't have the energy, darling. I don't have the energy for that. Literally, this guy, he is in a car after all. Exactly, yes. Being Randy pays off too. Just ask Elvira. Well, you know, it didn't pay off in Scream though. Alas. Anyway. Yeah. Motherfucker, how are you gonna tell people to be healthier when you're willingly living in your car? I'm just gonna say this. I don't know this guy's full personal story. I don't really want to. However, he, even now, doesn't look all that healthy. And that could be an entirely different situation. I'm certainly not one to speak on that. But, you know, as they say, if you want clear, well-hydrated skin, don't be hateful. It's not good for your blood pressure. Okay, I'm going to ruin my brain now since I'm going to watch The Flood. The Flood. Which one is that? Oh, God. Okay, if you're leaving, see you later, money. If you're still here, hi. Oh, a hearse is on my list. You know what? I kind of figured. I haven't narrowed it down to what breed, shall we say. I look around every once in a while and I'm like, ooh, I like the shape of that, I should say. The ones, there's probably several, but they have like the light domes on the outside. Like those. Those are nice. But anyway, you know, repurpose, give it new life. Ironically. Hearse, yes, darling, absolutely. Roll through a McDonald's drive-thru in a hearse. How about that? With my horror movies playing constantly. My friends have one. Ooh, fabulous. Love to see it. My dear one, I shall donate your hearse fund as soon as I pay off my damn Disney cruise. Oh, damn, you going on the mouse ship? I wish you luck. No, it's, I half joke. Obviously, you guys want to throw support at the channel. I'll always appreciate just watching this. Is appreciated as I rant. but we're throwing some new things onto Patreon, more exclusive kind of stuff. Currently, I have my review of the first 2 episodes of Tales from the Crypt up there. It will be only on Patreon for the foreseeable future. Maybe at some point in the future, I'll put all the reviews together and put it on the channel. But for now, it's just for my patrons. So, anyway. My buddy has a knight who has had a tireless hearse sitting in his backyard for like 10 years. Very strange. Interesting. Keep an eye on them. We just have our black Kia. Well, hey, you call it Morticia. That's cool. I mean, theoretically, having a hearse as my go-to vehicle, perhaps even like only vehicle, may not be the wisest decision, but it's never stopped me. Maybe his neighbor is a tall man. Like I said, put some ice in front of him sometime. See how he reacts. Remember when I said horror or Disney, and I don't know of a horror cruise? Yeah, that's sad. You know what? Now that I think of it, somebody should make a horror cruise. That might be the one fucking time you ever get me on a boat. Of course, I do know how the Titanic went. I don't know. That said, it is a Halloween cruise. Well, see, there you go. That's close enough. Bon voyage. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Lots of pictures, darling. Lots of pictures. Yes. Alright, so. One more video. I don't know if I'm going to go through the whole thing, but one more video that I happened to come across in the same search as it was.
Hey guys, thanks for clicking on this video. I'm so glad you're here. I want to talk about
At least she's not in her car.
Experience I had that kind of changed my whole view.
Also, pardon me. I do want to point out, once again, we're not saying names. I'm not saying the exact titles. I know you guys, you chill. But I'm not here to be promoting anything bad towards these people. That's not the point. But she talks about paranormal shows and horror movies. And she talks about the paranormal stuff first. So, kind of adjacent shit here. But I thought I would include this. Horror cruise, we could really damage our brains there. Yeah. Just collective crowd brain damage. Run away! Just looking at her run away. Yeah, no, she definitely looks like the type of person you would probably bully me in high school. And praise Jesus on Sunday.
Of horror movies, paranormal shows, all that stuff. So I've been meaning to make this video for like a year.
Do you mean her walls or her? Because yes.
And was just kept convincing myself, this is stupid. No one's gonna want to hear what you experienced. And then I was just like, but it might help somebody. So
the Lord came to me and told me to do
anyways, a little bit of background. I was never really into horror movies. I am
What is it with these people who have so much to say about horror, but they're not really into it? Wouldn't it be astounding if on my channel, you know, about horror, I just started talking about, I don't know, action movies? I really don't care for action movies. There's nothing wrong with them. Not my thing. How many times have I talked about action movies on my channel? But here we are. Yeah, check the necklace. It's a cross. Cross as a sword. Oh my god, it's a sword! Only a little one. A little paper cut. A paper cut from the Lord. No.
wimp. Okay, I don't like scary stuff. I hated Halloween. I hated anything scary. Me and my younger brother would like get on DirecTV and try to watch a scary movie. But we'd like hide behind blankets, or we'd hide behind the couches and just like, ooh, look at us, we're watching a scary movie. I think we lasted like 30 seconds of Paranormal Activity until we were like...
That was the scary movie? I could traumatize her. Oh no, I could traumatize her. Okay. Your secret love of Hallmark. Listen, Hallmark pisses me the fuck off. Okay? There are people who love Hallmark, and that's fine. But Hallmark pisses me off. Because they start their Christmas shit before Halloween is even over. I'm done with those people. Fuck out of here. Anyway. My point being, it reads as one of those people who thinks the Bible is a weapon. Oh, yeah. God damn, that is an in-your-face euphemism, isn't it? Good lord. The thing that kills me is paranormal shows and horror movies are not synonymous. No, they're not. I mean, frequently, they can go hand in hand, kind of adjacent, you know. I used to watch series that talked about, like, real paranormal stuff, and here we are. But, yeah, no, they're not always like this, so, I don't know. But I guess to her, they're same thing. She seems like a woman who calls the cops on the foreign family next door for having the barbecue. They use too much seasoning, get over here. No, but to be fair, I watch both. Yeah, same. I don't watch the paranormal stuff quite as much as I used to, but yeah. Hey, Christmas before Halloween is fun. Catherine, goddammit. Catherine, shit. You're one of those people. No, that's fun. That's alright. It's just, you know, Christmas stuff is in the aisles a week before Halloween. I'm like, fuck. But, yeah. Put a spider on top of the baby Jesus and watch the pearl clutching start. A fabulous idea. I love it. I'm going to, we have some manger stuff in our Christmas stuff that was given to us. Let me see if I can't repaint some with, like, corpse paint. I think that'd be fabulous. Hello, Amethyst Owl. 30 minutes of Paranormal Activity was too much for her. That's barely into the movie. I know. And that's Paranormal Activity. What'd you get from that? Oh no, it's the Ouija board. I'm sure. Oh, let's place bets. Everybody, quick, let's place bets. I should make... Wait, no, this is fun. This is fucking funny. Hold on. I'm gonna start a poll. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves. There you go. I just put a poll up, everybody. Place your bets. Once again, I'm an asshole. So here we go. See, I told you it was fun. Yeah. Yeah. Of course. So, anyway, let's see.
Nope. But it was also one of those funny things that if you've ever had DirecTV, you can like hit the guide and then the screen becomes like really small. I would watch scary movies like that because I felt like the guide was like my protection.
It's a blue sheet.
And then I could easily flip back to the Disney Channel. So I never enjoyed them. But there was one paranormal show that
Wait. I want to place another bet. Which paranormal show do you guys think it will be? Ghost Adventures. Just going out on a limb here. Fucking Ghost Adventures with Zach Bagans. DirecTV is the devil! What does that make Comcast, though, out of curiosity? The anti-god. No, I don't know. Who's willing to bet what paranormal show she's just about going to mention? Because I'm fucking going with Ghost Adventures. It's gotta be. It's either that or that other one, like, Ghost Hunters or some shit. Yeah. Ooh, like, save me, Mickey. Yeah. Ghost Adventures. Comcast is the Devil's Sugar Daddy. Oh. Fair enough. Ghost Adventures. Yep. Let's see.
Was obsessed with. And this is crazy now because I literally was obsessed. I had a t-shirt of this show. I think it was called Ghost Adventures. I'm pretty sure. But anyways, it's this reality TV show about this group of guys that go to these haunted locations and they film and they record and they try to catch paranormal activity. So it was like reality and stuff. And I watched...
Because they filmed and recorded, it was like reality. Trippy. Good Lord. Well, there you go. Everybody, give yourself a round of applause. You got it. We were all on the same page right there. Mm-hmm. Watching horror movies on a tiny screen. David Lynch is going to be pissed. You know what? I would love to see David Lynch visit these people. I would love that. I would pay for it myself. I would drive him there in my hearse. I wonder if she talked about Hocus Pocus in church. Oh, God. Was she one of those people? Where does she live? Does she live in Texas? Or Tennessee? I wonder how long she'd last seeing a Serbian film. 5 seconds. At most. She would look at the cover of the movie and flip out. Jen, congratulations. I think we figured out what it looks like if someone is the exact opposite of us. It's this. It's the stereotype. Quote reality, yes. Heavy air quotes. Thank you. She'd have to know where Serbia is first, which I very much doubt. Yeah. Okay, I actually sort of believe in that stuff, but Ghost Adventures real? Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. Like, I've had some experiences firsthand myself that I would consider perhaps paranormal, or at least unexplainable. But, you know, there's... Ghost Adventures and so make this chick watch Eraserhead. Oh God, now there you go. See, that's trauma. That's the trauma right there.
Every episode of this show. I can't even remember how old I was. I think I was in high school.
Hold on. A thought just occurred to me. She said that she couldn't even get past like 30 minutes of Paranormal Activity, which is a fictional movie. But she watched like every episode of Ghost Adventures, which is reality. I don't think anything's connecting here. Nope.
Loved it. And I think one reason was the guys in it were really hilarious and entertaining. So it felt more lighthearted, but it was still like, it was reality. So there was like that element of, oh my gosh, this is really happening. I didn't really think anything of it. I wasn't ever convicted.
There we go. Maybe this is an ignorant thing here, but, convicted. Of what? He's like, convicted of armed robbery. What? What should be? Is that, like, a religious thing? Please enlighten me. Thank you. She will shut off the opening credits of Holy Mountain. The music alone will be too demonic for her. Yeah. just start playing the Exorcist theme and watch her freak out. So, she watched because Zach Bagans is so hot. That's exactly what I thought she was going to say. And maybe that's exactly what she wanted to say, but couldn't. Hey guys, can I pimp another horror or YouTube channel here real quick while we're talking about paranormal shows? Sure. Well, good. I'm so glad she wasn't convicted. That would have been horrible, yeah. She stands by her convictions, maybe? Yeah, see, maybe I'm being ignorant here, but I'm just confused by that. So, I don't know. Anyway.
One episode
maybe she'll explain.
That I watched, and it was like heavily laced with witchcraft. And in the episode itself, they it's gonna be weird to explain it. They set up this seance, and they had candles around, and they one of the guys went into this circle of candles, and they had the witch. I hate even just describing this, just so you know, I hate describing this, but they basically ask the spirits to come into the place, come into the man. Like they do in every episode. I don't know how I was not convicted of this watching it, because it makes me cringe even talking about it. Okay, that's gotta be a religious thing. Convicted. Okay. Let's look this up real quick. What the fuck does that mean? Convicted. Definition, please. Having been declared guilty of crime. Yeah, well, that's the one that I'm familiar with. Yeah. But there's gotta be another definition. Okay, let's try it in the religious context, shall we? What does it mean? Conviction is a term used in religious context to describe a state of being convinced or fixed, or a fixed or strong belief. Okay, yeah, okay, why not? Fuck it. See, we're learning a lot today. Oh. If you like paranormal shows, check out Project Fear. Okay. Well, let me just bring this up here real quick so I can save it. So I can save it. Project Fear. Oh, okay. I might have seen some of their stuff come up, and that's interesting. I don't know if that's related to them at all, but there is something about Zach Bagans over there. So, I will save one of the videos to check out. Okay. The Joker from Ghost Adventures got them kicked off their channel. What? Seriously? Zach Bagans? Is that what that was about? Wow. They're a lot of fun. Okay. Well, I'll certainly check them out. Thank you. Okay. No, I think she screwed up her words, genuinely. I wouldn't be surprised. Dice, I just noticed this. For someone seems so devout and doesn't want to do blasphemy, she's wearing her crucifix sideways. I know, right? I always find that very interesting. I thought it was supposed to, lowercase t, that's a style of cross thing. Okay. Well, out of curiosity, if anybody knows anything about that, is that like Catherine said, like a sword sort of euphemism, or that's conviction. Yep. I had to fucking look it up. What the hell? I don't buy her watching Ghost Adventures and not laughing at Zach Bacon's voice and acting. Well, this is real stuff. This is real stuff, JW. Sorry, I was blurring typos about. It's alright. Yeah, I got you. It's alright. Like I said, I've seen people wear it sideways as a symbol of being a warrior. Okay. Got it. Well, that makes sense. I guess. It explains it. We'll put it that way. So I watched this episode all the way through and literally didn't think anything of it. But it wasn't until I went to bed that I was not okay. I did not grow up with like nightmares very often, but this night was like, I can't even explain.
Please.
I was so scared. I slept horribly. I woke up in sweats. I don't know what the difference between like a nightmare and a night terror is. Terror sounds worse, and that's probably what I would use to describe this. I literally felt...
First of all, you would absolutely know the difference between a nightmare and a night terror. That was more uneasiness, perhaps. Maybe a nightmare. Because you watched something that was scary to you. And listen, I was freaked out by killer clowns as a kid. Okay? You don't see me over here saying all clowns are evil, even though I have a sneaking suspicion. Okay, moving on.
Tormented. I was so uncomfortable. I just felt tormented. Every time I'd wake up, I'd go back to sleep. It'd be the same nightmare. I felt so plunged. I felt trapped. I was like praying and praying and praying for me to stop dreaming about these things. So that was horrible and horrifying. And
did you watch another
it
episode?
happened. I didn't even link it. I didn't link it to the show or anything else like that. I just thought it was just this freak thing that happened. So I went on living my merry life, and maybe a couple months later, that episode came on again because, like I said earlier, I watched every single episode.
And this was the one that got
The same thing happened. That night.
If you had such trouble with it the first time, why would you watch it again? She's gonna blame this on the witchcraft, though. And I can guarantee you, I don't know exactly which episode she's talking about. I can guarantee you that whatever the fuck those guys were pulling that was witchcraft, probably just lit candles and put it in a circle and that was it. That is not witchcraft. Okay, it's not even witchcraft adjacent. They lit candles. Don't you do that in church? Anyway. Jesus. Sideways cross. Many people consider the sideways cross to be a symbol of Jesus achieving salvation of his people. Okay. When his work was finished, the cross had been laid down. Okay. It's becoming clearer. Didn't Zach Bagans do an episode of Valentine's Day where he wanted to bang the ghost? Hello? What? Where was this? Did AMC show this? Hello? Succubus? Ooh. Where was that episode, darling? Ooh. Oh, honey, I get the feeling you were rarely okay. Yes. Yeah. Speaking of what we were talking about before, about unstable people. So I like your version better. Oh, okay. Well, hey, I'm absorbing the information, so it's all right. That's probably anybody's guess. Let's be honest. I've had night terrors and nightmares. There is a huge difference. Thank you. Yes, and I would imagine that even she would know the difference, but you got it pretty right on too, Catherine. There you go. She just needs to switch to her summer quilt. Yeah. Remember everybody, you gotta change your bedding according to the seasons so that you don't sweat all the time. Yeah, she needs a summer tog, maybe 10.5. What's a tog? What's a tog, Marty? What is that? It's not a term I am familiar with.
After watching that, the worst nightmares ever.
Because you watched it again.
It finally clicked. Because that hadn't happened with any other episode, but that one with the witchcraft, with the seance, with the calling of the spirits, with the demonic, such a demonic thing happening like on screen. And that's when I realized that demons are not held by a TV screen. As much as we
Satan himself reached through the television because of Zach Bagans and grabbed her ass. Is that what we're getting from this? Is that it? Satan, or demons just in general, apparently really like to just torment little blonde white girls with night terrors, apparently. Well, I'm safe. You know? I think quite a few of us here are safe. Good news, guys. Well done. Well done on those genetics. Maybe you should have had a cross that was pointed up. Maybe that would have helped.
want to believe that. I opened myself up to that environment by watching it. I, in essence, gave them permission because I was allowing myself to basically be an observer and take part in that. I didn't shut it off. I didn't turn away. I was receiving it. That's what we do with media. That's what we do with shows. We receive it. And it terrified me. I was like,
We receive media like blunt force trauma to the brain. Remember, guys. Remember. Tog is the weight of a duvet. Oh, so it's like a weighted blanket. 5.5 is the lightest, hence summer. 15 is the heaviest, so that's a winter tog. Okay. 15 years working in a home wares department store. Thank you very much. Well, thank you. Now I know. Hey, I learned new stuff. Yeah, exactly. See, we educational over here.
why is this just now clicking? Of course, the spirit realm would not be contained in a TV box. Like, it is beyond that. And I think it was when I was at my discipleship school. If you don't know that, I went to a Christian discipleship school.
Couldn't have guessed.
And we were talking, I think we were just talking about what we consume, whether it be shows or music or media, things that we've consumed that now we feel doesn't glorify God, or things that we want to give up. And though I didn't like publicly say that show, because that would have been kind of embarrassing to be at a Christian discipleship school.
No, see, if you had mentioned in front of everybody as a child of the church that you watched Ghostbusters, that you watched Ghost Adventures religiously, if you will, immediate exorcism. Immediately. 5 baptisms and 7 Hail Marys, and maybe your soul would be on the way to being saved. I'm just venturing a guess here, of course. But this is coming from the same person who thinks it would be absolutely hysterical to put 2 of those, like, black bath bombs in my pockets if I ever got baptized. So take it with a grain of salt, I suppose.
And say, hey, I watched paranormal reality TV shows. I didn't like publicly confess that. In my heart, as I sat there listening to other people talk about things that they are giving up or they felt convicted about, that was the only thing that just kept, you know, when you're convicted by the Holy Spirit, your heart starts.
What? When you're convicted by the Holy Spirit, do you feel it? This is a nice place to pause, by the way. It looks like she's convicted by the Holy Spirit. Yeah, question. This is coming from someone who knows very little about experiences within church and church groups. Is it common to have kids, young adults, teens, whatever, fuck it, adults, come in and have groups where you confess of things that you consume that do not put God in a good light, that you're going to just erase from your life? Is that a common thing? Because that must be a very short list of acceptable things. You know, now that you say that, isn't Anyone wearing a cross as a necklace wearing it upside down to themselves? Interesting concept. In addition, what about people who have crosses tattooed on themselves? Interesting. Let's ruminate on that. Well, now we know what happened to the little girl from the camp in Adam's Family. That's it. Those are the vibes I was getting. Yep. I knew it. There's a dumb article, Do People Actually Enjoy Watching Horror Movies, by Abigail McCoy. Mentions things like feeling scared is a negative experience. Well, that must be a real conflicting... Laughable. Well, we might, we might look into that. Hold on now, hold on. Oops, as I misspell. Do people actually enjoy math? No. But that's what came up in the search. One moment. Enjoy horror movies. Abigail McCoy. Oh, would it be it's not normal to like horror movies? Or no, I think this is actually in response to Abigail McCoy's. Yep, it's in response. Never mind. Ah, here it is. Glamour, I presume, is where it came from. Let's just bring that up. We'll get to that in a hot second. And actually, on a similar subject, one moment, guys. I'm gonna step away for like literally 2 seconds. I'll be right back. We just gotta... I'm sorry. Fuck the audio quality. I gotta turn on the air conditioning. And we're back. I apologize in advance, but I had to turn on the fucking air conditioner, man. It's oof, you know? Anyway, dehydration. It's the spirit of conviction. Moving on. I'll see if we can't get to that. I don't want to be too long, but we'll see. You'd still get dirty looks from old ones here in Ireland, Catherine. I know, yeah. The church still has a hold, but not as much as before. Well, ironically, thank God. So, anyway, let me know about the audio now, guys. Like I said, if I need to talk louder, move the mic closer, etc., etc. I mean, unless you're talking about AA. I don't think so. I was raised Catholic, never really ran across that. They might say, hey, maybe stay away from whatever show, but it was never a huge thing. Okay. So, this might be one of those, like, campish church groups that she was a part of. All because she watched The Ring. Oh, God. Abigail? Oh. Jesus. I might have heard about that one, actually, some time ago. See if we can explore that. Guys, forgive the typos, please. My diabetes is giving my eyes trouble. Hey, no worries. If you need to take care of something also, don't hesitate. Okay? Don't hesitate. It's all good. I have made and dealt with worse typos. So, yep, the glamour side. Okay, good. Then I got it. Yes, thank you. No, it can't be up here. Where is my hand fan, honey? Someone send me an ostentatious rainbow hand fan so we can be extra. Wait, I never asked. Did I get the pronoun game wrong? Pronoun game? Or right, excuse me. How do you mean? Clarify, please. Thank you. Tis grand bus. Okay, good, good. I'm hoping it wasn't. Well, you know what? From now on, fuck it. It's July. I'm on the second story. We got to have the air conditioning on. I tried. So, The Ring, best horror movie moment ever. Someone's cell phone blew up the moment the movie ended. Wow, really? Was that in the movie or just like in the theater? Because that's interesting. Alright, moving on. What the hell is when is she gonna talk about horror?
So like pound 50 times faster, it feels like. And that's the only thing I kept thinking about. And as they were like explaining that and how we let ourselves consume this stuff, we're pretty much like giving permission for that kind of thing to flood our minds, flood our thoughts. And especially with the paranormal stuff, I was just like willingly opening myself up to that realm of darkness. You guys might not think it's that serious. Neither did I. But it's real. Darkness is real. Demons are real. That stuff is scary, and that stuff can torment you. And I didn't want any of that stuff in my mind, in my heart, in my life. I don't want any of that. None of that. That's not glorifying to God. That's not helpful to me. That hurts me. It scares me. This is kind of like my warning to you guys. You might not think that this is a big deal, that it's just...
Here's my warning to you guys about ghost adventures. I am a skeptical but optimistic believer in the paranormal, but ghost adventures ain't it. Okay. Watch it to have a laugh maybe, but it ain't serious.
It's a movie. It's just a show. It's just whatever. But darkness is real.
And his name is Ozzy
spiritual
Osbourne.
powers are real. Like, this isn't a fight against flesh and blood. The Bible says that.
Oh, fuck.
It's a war.
Nah. Did anybody get the time code on that? How long did it take before she started bringing up, like, psalms and verses from the Bible? Oh, pause and rewind and go looking for that one to see what it actually says. That's a fun game I found.
That's above us, that we can't see there's a war going on. And it's constantly fighting for our attention and our thoughts. And if our thoughts are not focused on what is good, what is honorable, what is pure, those verses that talk about thinking about those things, fixing our eyes on Jesus and thinking about what is pure. If we're not doing
fixing our eyes on Jesus, it's a little hard not to if you happen to go to church and he's up there nailed to the fucking cross looking like... It's a little hard not to. You want to talk about trauma? Let's take little Jimmy to church. The hell is that? Anyway. Two lines from the Bible. Which Bible, by the way? Which Bible was that? I am ignorant, once again. Oh, in the theater the phone blew up? Good lord. That must have been a fun time. Why do the words opening yourself up to the realm of darkness turn me on? You know, I'd say that's a respectable kink. You know, it could be much worse. You could be into armpits. Not that I'm judging. So, kinky. Remember, establish safe words, everybody. Keep that fan on, boss. According to Jen, the weather all over your country is like the surface of the sun. Yeah, the fucking global warming, god damn it. Let's see, how fucking warm is it right now? I'm sure it's a little bit different since, again, up here, supposed to out there. Oh my god! So they said that the high today was 91 degrees, I believe Fahrenheit, of course, because America. Right now it's about 88, mostly sunny. But maybe tomorrow we should get some storms. Maybe. Oh my god. It's nothing but red and orange. It looks like Cheetos. Oh, fuck. I'm too pale for this, honey. I'm too European for this. We can't be doing this. Couldn't you say that giving into fear of those shows is equally allowing fear of the devil in? Her Jesus. BG looking dude. Real Jesus. The guy who you call ice on. Yeah. Isn't it kind of ironic? Everybody thinks that Jesus looks like this hippie-ish dude always wearing sandals. So the only white dude in the Middle East? That is a miracle. Oh. Very good point, Marty. Yeah. Yeah. You want to really piss people off? That's one way.
Those things, we're gonna be filled with whatever we're allowing our mind to be filled with. So what are you filling your mind with?
Money. Money. Heavy metal. Darkness. Satan. Yeah, that sounds it up. Yeah. Maybe a few recipes for like mug cakes, you know, just to keep it bougie. Yes. Some like Starbucks copycat recipes. Yes. And of course, all the queer rainbow shit you could imagine.
So I just caution you guys. That was my experience. And it was scary enough to make me completely give it up. And I know there are people watching this video that have had to give up something because they felt convicted, but it was something that they loved. It was something that they loved. And you might think I'm crazy for loving.
How many people were convicted to give up alcohol? How about that? How many people were convicted to give up Chick-fil-A? Just out of curiosity. Just, you know. Simple question, really. Elvira. Didn't work. You know, try again. Maybe in front of a mirror. Maybe if you made like an offering of some sort. Of course, this is coming from the witch, so. Got out of bed. It's 1 a.m. Good Lord, work in the morning. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, Marty. I appreciate you. Sleep well. Sleep well. Don't let darkness in and keep you from sleeping, I guess. I get. Give it time. Yeah, give it time. Give it time. You never know. Hello. Welcome. Hey, to the party. Yeah, no, but you're here. You're here. That's what counts. We watched one video of a guy who lives in his car telling us that watching horror movies is like taking blunt force trauma or stabbing yourself into your brain, essentially. That was fun. And now we're on to Miss Thing over here, saying that paranormal shows are like letting the devil come through your television set, essentially. I'm sure at some point she'll be talking about horror movies because she promised. My wife made me give up Chick-fil-A. You know, to be fair, darling, you could make Chick-fil-A at home. Copycat recipes are fabulous. So, you know. Who is this person? I'm not necessarily wanting to say any specific names. I know you guys are cool, like I said before. I just don't want to necessarily give a bunch of attention to people who are talking out of their ass, essentially. Someone I don't know. I don't think any of us know. She came up in a random search that I followed out of sheer curiosity. Her and the other guy, so. She is, we'll call her Susan. How about that? I was convicted of streaking. Luckily, it got dismissed. Yeah. You're only convicted if you're caught. I'm sorry, I had a 5-minute laughing fit when she said opening herself up to the realm of darkness. I knew you would. Jen just immediately uncrossed her legs on principle. Well, is that not what opening yourself up to darkness is? Is that not what it is? I mean, honey, if you don't want to open yourself up to darkness, then, you know, close your legs. Hey, Cassandra's apparently gay now, so that's one more step in the right direction, hey. It's one for our team! Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. You're not wrong. You're pretty close. Trivial, I took off my pants in front of the city hall. Luckily, it was late and a small town, so nobody was there. My roommate and I were fighting, and she said she wanted her pants back. Good lord. Damn it, I'm sorry it didn't work.
In the show, but I loved this show. I loved those guys. I was so attached to it. It was even a fun thing that I watched with my brother, with my mom. Like, it was bonding. We all liked the show. None of us watch it now. Y'all going to hell. But it was so hard to give up, even though it terrorized me. And isn't that so telling for what sin is?
Or masochist.
Like, it terrorizes us. It literally destroys us from the inside out, and yet we have such a hard time getting rid of it.
That's masochism. It's a kink. Could be a problem, but it's also a kink.
We have such a hard time letting it go and giving it to God, even though we know it's killing us.
Jesus, take the wheel.
But we love it.
Take the remote.
So if there's things in your life, if there's media, if there's movies or shows that you're convicted of, that it really is kind of convicting you and destroying you, it's distorting your view on something, give it up. As hard as it may be in the moment.
In that case, may I recommend that everybody give up watching Fox News? Just, you know, that'd be good.
Right now, I can tell you however many years it's been now. I mean, it's been a long time, but it didn't take me this many years to get to this point. I've been here for a while. I don't miss that show at all. That's my story. It might be different than yours. I understand that. But I do want us to think,
please, about
what we consume. And is it glorifying to God? Is it good for us? So I want to leave you with that.
I got a question for y'all. We're going to be real southern here real quick. Hold on now. Real, you know, down home Alabama like. Is it glorifying to God? To watch something like, oh, I don't know. Let me have a quick look here. Hold on. Is it glorifying to God to watch The Exorcist? Real thought-provoking here for a moment, if you don't mind. Just out of curiosity. It's the best story ever. Hello, dude. Welcome. Welcome back. We're still on this. Oh, shit. Oh. WB. Gotcha. Yep. Can't give up something I never started. Hey. Some big brain stuff right there. She should see a video of the joy of creation. Oh, that sounds very familiar. Wait a minute. Hold on. What is that? What is that? I keep ducking down simply because my mic is, like, right here. So, excuse me. Joy. Oh, FNAF. Oh, that's what it is. Oh. Or, unless that's not what you're talking about. But that's what came to my mind. She secretly has a Zach Bagans tattoo. She tried to cover it up, make it look like Jesus. It didn't work. It's kind of sad. She can't wear shorts. They're too short. Not just because of God, but because they'll show that too quick. Like, when will she actually start thinking? You know what? I think we've lost hope. I do. And I think it's a little too late for her. It's too late. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, cool. Good. Then, yeah, that would be fun. Love to see that.
And I just want you to think about that for a little while and see if God
5
convicts
minutes.
you with anything. And if he doesn't, that's fine.
Can God fix me with a consistent
But if he
paycheck?
does, please don't ignore him. He has your best interest at heart.
I know.
He
I've
really-
seen the billboards. He keeps calling. He's showing up at people's doors. I don't have a working cell service. I'm in a very rural area. He's gonna have to. I'm gonna see him coming. He can come to the door. It doesn't mean I'm gonna answer.
Does. I'm way happier not watching that show. And I do not feel like I'm missing out at all. That's all I have. I know, kind of a weird video, but hopefully you still got some sustenance from it. If there's any shows that you guys have felt like convicted about, let me know in the comments. I'd be really interested to see like what shows you're really uncomfortable with watching now, or if maybe you're currently watching, but maybe you're thinking,
What shows are you uncomfortable with watching now? 16 and pregnant. Oh god, what the fuck? She didn't even talk about horror movies. She just vaguely alluded to that kind of sorta by the mentioning of not being able to get 30 minutes into Paranormal Activity. The fuck? Clickbaits. The fuck? And this was just 3 years ago, by the way. Anyway, she, however, does not have her comments turned off. Ha ha ha! No, I'm just perusing through to see what. Oh my god! Everybody writes a book in the comments of these kind of videos. What the fuck? What the fuck? I ain't got time for this shit. Let's see. If I indulge into too much scary movies or creepy shows, etc., I end up getting sleep paralysis for multiple nights in a row. I can no longer handle that stuff without getting uneasy. I can't even go into a haunted house during October because I get the biggest cloak of fear over me instantly. That, listen to me closely, that is the point. That's kind of the point. Apologies to headphone users. I end up crying to the point my whole body ends up shaking. Jesus Christ, don't go to haunted houses then. Shit. Stick to Hallmark. Fuck. Maybe 5 years ago I used to love this stuff, but as I grew in my relationship with Jesus, is that how that works? My spirit has become very, very sensitive to it. So, quick question. How do you feel about the story of Noah's Ark? Cain and Abel? Sodom and Gomorrah? Jesus nailed to the cross? How do you feel about that? F's in the chat, everybody. F's in the chat. Yeah, I can't go into haunted houses either. I'm banned. If they wouldn't touch me, I wouldn't punch them. Yeah, that's something my mom says as well. I haven't been to a haunted house myself just yet, but I would like to. As long as it's not fucking McCamey Manor. Yeah. F's in the chat. F's in the chat. She didn't mention a Ouija board also. The fuck? That's like on the checklist. The fuck? Of course, to be fair, she's not finished with the video just yet, so, eating flesh and blood? Yeah, communion. Interesting concept, that. Anyway.
that you shouldn't be. I don't know. I'd love to hear. We can have some conversations, and there's a couple other shows. Actually, you know what's funny? My friend Nastasia, she just posted a video today about shows that she's not going to watch anymore. So I'll even link that in the description because I think that that kind of goes with what I just did. But yeah, let me know. And that's it. I'm going to stop rambling. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Bye, Susan. Wait, what that? Disappointing. Disappointing. Anyway, let's continue through the comments just a little bit here, and I think we'll check out that article that JF pointed out to us here. My wife has a big problem giving up horror movies. She grew up watching horror movies in the past 18 years. She has bought almost every horror movie that was available in the store or flea market. Sounds like a nice woman. I'd like to speak with her. I was somewhat okay with it and got used to watching them with her. We would smoke weed. There it is. There it is. It's the weed. It's the devil's lettuce. And enjoyed watching these movies. Then about 5 years ago, I started turning my life back to Jesus, and I tried to get her to repent with me, but she wasn't budging. 2 years ago, we were married, and she was baptized right after the wedding, which I was so proud of her giving her life to Jesus. Sounds like a little too much commitment in one day there. But I got my hopes up too soon. They are missing an O in that. Too soon, because as soon as we got home, she lights up a joint like nothing happened. Oh my god. To this day, she's still smoking and buying horror movies. Wow. You know, you married her knowing that? But it wasn't until, like, after you married her that you had a problem with her doing something that you personally weren't okay with. I don't think this marriage is gonna last too long. You know what I mean? I'm guessing there's probably around 400 or 500 movies in the house. I try to avoid watching them when she puts one in the DVD player. I'm more into Christian movies. Oh, so Pure Flicks. I've got great news for you. Apparently, there is a new horror movie that is both Christian and horror. And music now, right? But I haven't given up hope on my wife. I pray for her daily and try to let her know what she's doing is not okay with God. I know there is power in prayer, so I ask any of you that feel the same, please pray for my wife and I. Thank you and God bless. I pray that this individual's wife finds a healthier relationship. A more accepting one. Yeah. Why do people feel the need to tell people what they aren't going to do? I don't know. I don't know. What's her number? Who? The individual who made the video? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, look, it's another vlog channel. What a surprise. Over 10,000 subscribers. Maybe it's because I'm not close with God. I do have to ask, which God? Anyway. She's still active as well, but I don't, well, out of curiosity. Let's look up horror. Does she have any other videos on horror on her channel? Should Christians celebrate Halloween? Oh boy. Can Christians cuss, swear, and curse? How to be free from anxiety. What does that have to do with horror? I don't think I want to know. I don't think I want to know. Lord have mercy. Nope. Okay. I don't know what her number is. She doesn't have it listed. I wonder why. The cross joint. Yeah. Is it still a sin if you happen to smoke a bowl, if the bowl itself, like the pipe, looks like Jesus? Does that still count? Inquiring minds want to know. Okay, I need this woman's number now. I don't know. Oh, the wife that bought all the horror movies. Yeah, I don't know, man. But she is married, last we checked, to someone named Steve. Now be nice. Because that's my dad's name. Okay. Be nice. Oh, so basically, PureFlix is Hell Houses on DVD. It's a form of torture, I'm pretty sure. Well, see, I was. Lord coming in here. Yep, I froze for a moment. Excuse me. It's the Lord coming down and grabbing my throat to, I don't know, say it sin too much in one evening or something. Anyway. Yep, I froze for a minute. Excuse me, so sorry, that'll happen. You know, it's the heat. I'm gonna blame the heat and Jesus. Yep. Oh, God. Let's just peruse, as I said, some of these comments on this video before we just jump over to the article, and that'll probably be where we end things. I used to love American Horror Story. I was rewatching an episode of Coven, here we go, where they were using witchcraft, who would have thought, to call on Satan to raise this kid from the dead. Wait. They never really dealt with Satan in that show, did they? I thought it was Papa Ligba, whom is not Satan, and should not be fucked with if you don't know what you're doing. There's my warning for you. It was like my eyes were open. Were you watching it with your eyes closed? And I was convicted. Again with this convicted shit. So being convicted is good then, huh? I don't know how I watched 5 seasons of that show. Well, you know, I don't know either. I mean, I'm not good at keeping up with shows. So. Anyway. Is there one single person in this comment section who is calling out the bullshit? Anybody here? Anybody? This is amazing, I tell you, just amazing. I think we're talking about this. Yeah. Jesus told me to stop watching horror movies when I gave my life to him. He loves us so much. I'm gonna be quiet on that. Yeah. I was watching a gamer play a horror game and it had paranormal stuff in it and things that you've described. Lighting candles and putting them in the circle? That it? I was becoming increasingly uncomfortable as the game progressed. That tends to happen with horror games. It's kind of part of the whole vibe, you know? And suddenly had a panic attack. Again. Maybe stop watching. If you're experiencing a panic attack, maybe this isn't for you. I started praying and crying until the attack stopped. I shudder at the very thought of that experience. Okay. Yep. Totally normal. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, hello. I can understand if a horror story is a cautionary tale or tragedy that serves as warnings for what dangers we must avoid, like dabbling in the occult, witchcraft rituals that'll mess up your life. Or our life. You know, those are my weekend plans. Yep. My issue is so many horror films these days, 2 the opposite, and actually seem to promote these stuff. Could you please spend a little bit more time learning how to use grammar before committing yourself to Jesus? Thank you. And make it appealing. So instead of keeping us from doing these stuff, it's now encouraging us. Yeah. Totally. I do believe horror as a genre makes a great way to explore stories on how we respond to fear, and it is worth noting that not all horror is supernatural. Animal attacks and crime, for example. My favorite subgenres. But my convictions tell me to avoid horror movies that has demonology, gore, body horror rituals, and overall promotes a bad message. Once again, does that include The Exorcist? Conflicting vibes, mate. Conflicting vibes. Anyway, enough of that. I do kind of, on occasions like this, I do rather dislike the fact that YouTube took away the, number of dislikes when you're looking at a video. You can't see that anymore. Kind of dislike that. Because now, looking at this, I can't even tell. I mean, I know how many likes it has, but how many dislikes does it have? Anyway. Moving on. Okay. What game doesn't come out for another week? BG3. I'm not sure. I don't know, my dear. I'm afraid I don't know. Oh, and also I didn't even show it. There you go. There's a plugin that allows you to see dislikes. Oh, there is. What's it called? Because now I'm curious. That was one of the ways, I'm sure I'm not the only one, but that was one of the ways that I could kind of figure out, alright, this video might be bullshit, let's just not watch that. In case the title of something like that wasn't obvious. Anyway, moving on to the article that was mentioned earlier. Do people actually enjoy watching horror movies? Where's the value? I don't see it. This from Abigail McCoy, October 11th, 2016. We're starting off with a picture of the twins from The Shining. Might as well share this for everybody, just so that you can take a look if you so wish. And I guess I'll end this poll because she didn't even mention a Ouija board, even though we were all pretty much sure she would. Disappointing. See, for me, having an appreciation for horror movies falls into the category of things I don't understand exist but reject wholeheartedly. Oh. Another one. I don't understand it, but I don't like it. Hello? Right alongside anime and micro penises. That escalated quickly. That escalated. Anybody else get a little whiplash from that? What the fuck? Okay, so Abigail does not understand and also wholeheartedly hates horror movies, anime, and micro penises. Or peni. In that order. This is gonna be an interesting read. When I learned that someone I respect likes the genre, I immediately changed the subject. I can't fathom why. So it feels dirty and uncomfortable to me, but you're okay with mentioning micropenises, okay? Akin to hearing the word moist. Sorry to everybody who doesn't like that word. Uttered out loud. Okay. And with Halloween approaching, here we go again. What the fuck? These weirdos keep coming out of the woodwork whenever Halloween is approaching to talk about how they dislike horror. And we should be afraid. Okay. My office has become a hotbed of scary movie-related discussion. At Glamour? I don't know about that. But the first article site that I think of when I think of horror movies is not Glamour. But anyway. So much so that I've decided it's finally time to interrogate that queasy feeling I get when the subject turns to horror flicks. Look inward, darling, look inward. Why do so many smart women I know claim to like horror movies? Are they just lying? I'll try to swallow my skepticism as I begin unpacking. Oh boy. To start. We didn't start already? To start, I know where this all began. Then, why did you have to look inward like that? Oh boy. JW, I blame you. You keep talking about Halloween approaching, but it's not, and that makes me sad. I know. You know what? Hey. After July 4th, it's technically spooky season, you know? There's no other major holidays in between July 4th and Halloween, so, put out your jack-o'-lanterns now, people! Yeah, I'm sorry, what? Anime and micro! You heard me. You heard me. Oh, God. Return YouTube dislike extension on Firefox. Oh, looks like it's on Chrome too. Well, excellent, because I use Chrome. Exposing myself here. I use Chrome. Alright, everybody. Trivial Theater providing us with that insight, bless. Interrogate. Will there be hot lamps and bright lights? I know. It's alright. I got the lights and the lamps here myself. It's fine. I got it covered. Don't worry about it. I'm the one being interrogated, apparently. As the brain-damaged sinner who lacks conviction, apparently. It causes people to be queasy. Okay, to start, I know where this all began. I've watched exactly one horror movie in my life, so obviously she's an expert to talk about it, okay? The Ring. Yep. When I was 14. And I'm still extremely upset about it. Clearly. How old are you now to have it stick with you that fucking long? Is that sheer curiosity here, Abigail? No, I don't know, maybe mid to late 30s, guessing. Maybe being generous. I don't know. I saw it with my cousin at our grandmother's house in the middle of the afternoon. Read, broad daylight, which is important and recommended. No, the fuck it ain't. You gotta be alone in a strange house. Preferably with lots of space behind you while you're watching the film in complete and utter darkness. But again, I'm a little bit of a sadist, so. And one particular scene, I venture a guess which it is, still maintains a place of prominence in my memory, no matter my consistent attempts to suppress it. When the girl falls in the well and tries to claw her way out. That's the one? That's the one. Not the girl in the closet with the mangled face. Not that. Not even, like, what was shown on the actual TV itself from the VHS tape. No. Alright. Okay. I developed a deep and enduring fingernail ripping off fear, specifically from that scene. Does anybody really seem to be okay with, like, fingernail stuff, eye stuff? Anybody? Join the club, darling. Which haunts me to this day. Yeah, you've made that abundantly clear. It's been 14 full years. Oh, 14. Okay. So 28 at the time of writing this. Oh, and that was 2016, so, you know, you do the math. I bet if you ask her now, The Ring breaks out into sweat. Note, I'm grimacing acutely while typing this. She really likes to paint a picture, doesn't she? And now I have to take a break to find candy and talk to someone about something frivolous. Get this, woman therapy, please. Alone in the dark, far from town where no one will hear you scream. Yes. So, clearly I live in a place that's perfect for that. Yep. Thank God she didn't watch The Terminator. The future war scenes would terrify her for life. I'm pretty sure there's a lot that would terrify her for life. Speaking of Terrifier, then earlier this year, at my boyfriend's well-intentioned but ultimately misguided urging, I decided to give the scary entertainment world another chance. Okay. I thought you said you'd only seen one horror movie. In serious spite of my misgivings, okay, I attempted to watch An American Horror Story. Which season? He wasn't the first trusted source I'd heard rave about the show. See above, office full of people who love this stuff. And he was reassuring. It's really not that scary, my boyfriend said. It's so good, he said. All caps. No, it was the worst. Never again. I could scar her for life. Multiple times. In about 30 minutes at most. So, yes, admittedly, my threshold for things that are really not that scary might be lower than that of some other people. Oh, confirmed. 100% confirmed. It is. But I maintain that there is absolutely no value in feeling scared. None. Where's that article I brought up again? Why do people want to be scared? Oh, it's probably a number of reasons. What is good about it? Feel free to list your reasons in the comments. You know, this is inspiring me to go back and watch the Living Dead movies. Hey, inspiration is inspiration. That was the one that scared me. I was 9. Well, shit. I think you've got a lot on her. That may be a low bar, but still. Matthew McConaughey with robot legs would be too much for her. Matthew McConaughey in assless chaps and a cowboy hat would be too much for her. Okay. Feeling scared is always a negative experience. Always bad. See? We always circle back around to this. Bad is bad. And I don't think it's even the kind with a silver lining. Okay. You're terrified, extremely stressed out, and probably sweating. Honey, I'm sweating over here, but not because I'm scared. It's hot. It's hot. Hopefully you have a blanket or some other object to clutch and or cover your eyes with. You remind yourself it's only on your TV, and you can turn it off at any time, but then you're still sweating. Your favorite blanket is ripped. Ooh, damn. Damn, girl. Get something thicker then. Shit. I hope you don't have any small animals that you clutch to when you're freaked out. And you have to turn all the lights on and reflect on it all for a few days until you calm down. I see no upside here. Valium. So what are horror genre enthusiasts getting out of this experience that I'm not understanding? I think you just answered the question. We'd explain, but you wouldn't get it. You wouldn't get it, Abigail. Did their mothers yell boo after comforting them when they skinned their knee as a child? Why is that what you go to as a reason for this? Ah, yes, I remember fondly when my mother would dress up as Leatherface in the kitchen. She would bake cookies and Then, after scaring the daylights out of myself and my younger brother, would proceed to give us as many cookies as we wanted and some nice cold milk and offer us soothing words. Yes. It's fun and cathartic. Yeah. I feel like the word. The word. I really hate people who preach bad fun, complete with finger wag. I know, it's just like in Body Snatchers, you know? If you aren't hurting anyone, you do you, boo. Just let me do the same. My thought process, exactly. Damn fingers! The phrase, I have the vapors, is used unironically by her. Could be. She's got a fainting couch in her living room, smelling salts on hand. A fan. Yep. No, my mom made fun of me when I skinned my knee as a child because if I was cussing her out, I wasn't crying or thinking about my skinned knee. I mean, that's a technique. That's an interesting technique, but if it worked, it worked. Alright, let me see. So, their minds are forever mapped to conflate comfort and sheer terror. Sheer terror? Or maybe we just know that it's not real. Do they suffer from chronic hiccups and horror movies are their only respite? She do know that don't really work, right? I don't think so. Is the state of being so terrified you must shit yourself, and then as a result being terrified that you are actually going to shit yourself, which absolutely would be terrifying and a terrifying ordeal in itself. It's lots of selves here. Actually also a thrilling experience. I think she might have a fixation. I don't know. I really wouldn't know. I googled, here we go, and it turns out fear and anxiety release endorphins, which trigger a positive feeling in the body similar to that of morphine. I don't know about morphine. Just because it rhymes with it doesn't mean that's what you get. What? If this were true, and therefore the answer to this whole mess, wouldn't my body feel positive too? I don't know if you know what a positive feeling is. Instead of sweaty and blanket rippy? Is that a feeling? Blanket rippy? I'm feeling a little, pillow eviscerate-y. I can wrap my head around the whole thrills minus actual danger appeal, can you? But can't you just get your rocks off by watching Homeland, or something else written by writers whose artistic vision extends beyond scenes cast exclusively in blue-gray light with recently widowed women being terrorized by things and beings that hopefully don't exist in real life? That was oddly specific. But again, she's only seen The Ring. Homeland. I don't want to watch fucking Homeland. Are you kidding? And also, we're gonna diss writers of horror too? Really? Stephen King, line 1. Please visit this woman's house and just read excerpts from your books outside her door. Thank you. I'll pay for it. Does all of this say more about me than it does about them? Yes. End of question. Thank you. Do I insist, to my own detriment, on living unchallenged in a comfortable space that's never threatened by demon children who've spent time in wells? First of all, Samara was not a demon. She was pissed, but she was not a demon. 2, clearly she didn't want to be in the well. Okay. 3, I'm gonna say yes. I'm going to say yes. You are living an unchallenged life. Do you think every horror movie that I watch, I am thrilled with? Every horror movie that I watch may not scare me, but not every single one I enjoy. I can appreciate a movie that actually does scare me. Autopsy of Jane Doe. But, you know, what do I know? I'm not over here writing articles for Glamour. Let's see. Does detesting horror movies make me narrow-minded? I mean, perhaps, but I feel fine about it. Ignorance truly is bliss. I'm completely exhausted now. Yeah, how many words was this little article? Maybe around 600? Maybe? Exhausted. Sorry, horror film enthusiasts, but I'm no closer to understanding you. It's because you never spoke to a single one of us. I can guarantee it. Call me if you want to see something a little more positive at the box office. Send an email to Glamour Magazine. Hi, I would like to speak to Abigail McCoy. She did a lovely article that painted a very vivid picture on her disdain for the horror genre. I would like to have a word with her. Think of it like a scientific experiment, psychological like. I would like to be able to delve into the mind of someone who strongly dislikes horror to the point of feeling queasy and eviscerating upholstery. Well, that was fun. And as the only time she has spoken about horror, right? I'm just going out on a limb here. Her other works on Glamour include Step Your Bloody Mary Mix Way, Way Up with Heirloom Tomatoes, Win at Hosting with these brilliant wine and cheese hacks, You have a million parties to go to, here's how to bring a bottle of wine that's actually memorable. Remember, when you go to a party, you want to make sure that they remember your wine choice. 16 editor-approved bottles of wine to drink all season. I think I'm uncovering the problem. I think I'm getting it. She drank too much wine. She's too hyped. Okay? She is too pent up with this wine over here. How to pull off a bar cart upgrade for under $80. Okay. Rosé wine season is a myth. Why you should be drinking it all year round. This $70 bra is the best thing to ever happen to my boobs. Okay. Why your next vacation should be a river cruise. The White House overdid it trying to prove Trump is working through the shutdown. How do we get from talking about wine to that? 29 powerful images from the Larry Nassar trial that define bravery. This $400 hairdryer ended my 20-year battle against frizz. 20 years. Yeah, and that was her most recent article from 2019, and as far as we know, we don't know where Abigail is now. We don't know where Abigail is now. Hashtag help us find Abigail. Okay, alright. Yep. Just laugh through the pain, darling. Oh my god. Sweet summer child, thank God for the internet because she never leaves her living room. No, and apparently she never leaves her fucking wine cellar. Good God. No judging. Everyone who likes them make... No judging everyone who likes them makes you narrow-minded. There you go. Yep. Call her and invite her to watch a fun movie about racial interactions called The Blackening. Fun for the whole family. Hey, I want to see that movie anyway, so... Damn you, Samara! You should have stayed in the well. Look what you did to Abigail. Yeah, Abigail's traumatized for life. God damn it, Samara. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Can we find Abigail? Can we find Abigail? Send her a message, check in on her, see if she's all right. I don't know. Oh, that's definitely not the right Abigail. Oh, I don't know. No, definitely not. No, okay. We're not going to look too deeply into that. That would be a little, stalkery. Let's not do that. Anyway. My wife is the best thing that has ever happened to my boobs. Strike not leaving her living room. She needs to get out more. Yes. She is probably somewhere with no wells around her. Exactly, yeah. Somewhere with no wells. She doesn't have any of the old-fashioned TVs around. Okay, no VHSs. Tons of wine. I don't know, man. I hope she living her best rosé life. Free of horror, I guess. That's alright. I don't think we need her negativity, That's fine. So. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? I think I missed. Yep, I missed one. I have never been so scared it caused explosive diarrhea. Same. I think if that were the case, if you were going to a movie theater to watch a scary movie, and you happen to experience explosive diarrhea, you might want to contact a medical doctor. You might want to contact a medical professional, because that seems like something you should probably be taking something for. Maybe a little Pepto on your way out, Maybe cut back on the wine. Maybe that's the problem. Wow, that was fun. Thank you, JW, for that. That was a nice little addition. I think a good way to kind of wrap this up. So, what have we learned, everybody? Wait, we got features. We can use features now. There you go. There's a Q&A for you. People are strange. Yep. People are... I don't know, as they said, people are strange. When you're a stranger, sometimes people look ugly. Especially when you're alone. Anyway. Yeah. I don't know no more. I don't know anymore, right, D? Yep. Yeah, I don't know anymore. Well, I think we have all collectively grown as people, because clearly we have been shown the error of our ways as horror fans. This is not the right path to be convicted with Jesus. We need to recover from our brain damage and live healthier lives. Don't be vegans who go through McDonald's drive-thru while watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I guess if you shit yourself when watching a horror movie, you should probably stop and see a doctor. Yeah. I think that sums it up. That'll be in the description for this. That I need to be more blanket clutchy. Get yourself a clutch blanket. If anybody asks you, what does that mean? It means a blanket that you are okay with tearing the absolute shit out of when you're watching a horror movie that also causes you to soil your depends. So, with that, I think I think we should continue enjoying horror movies. These people are way too uptight. Some people probably should not have such a wide platform. What a shock. And don't let anybody tell you what you can and can't enjoy. Okay? Especially people who claim that watching horror movies is bad for your relationship with God. Because I know several people who are lovely Christian or Catholic people of faith, who also thoroughly enjoy horror movies. That's coming from a witch, okay? Just when you think there's no other way that they could be more insane, they manage to find ways to be batshit. I mean, I'll give them points for creativity, I guess. Thank you for the stream, Dice. Take care. Bumblebee tuna, everyone. Unless you're allergic. Thanks for the party, Dice. Thanks for the fun. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad. Zach Bagans will save you from evil. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's the perpetrator. Perpetrator? Tweety Bird. He's the perpetrator of evil. I don't know. Depends on who you ask, I guess. If you ask Susan, we'll end the Q&A. That's just ridiculous stuff that YouTube's got. So, anyway, like I said, guys, appreciate you guys being here. This was just a random thought that I happen to have, somewhat inspired by CP Willis Greedio, to just react to bullshit, ridiculous concepts, which I kind of figured those videos would be, and here we are. So, appreciate you guys tuning in, chiming in, and of course, as you can see here, if you're able and wish to support the channel while I wait for YouTube to dole out the stuff that they said they would for people who meet a lower requirement for super chats and such. This is my Patreon. It supports this channel and Brain Mucus, the podcast we are getting going here. Future things to look forward to, my friends. New episode of Brain Mucus of Mental Health, this being the 3rd episode, shall be going live on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, I think, etc., etc., on the 25th of this month. If you would like to see the live stream of the previous Horror of Mental Health, that was with Sky, who was here today, that is up on the channel, unedited, that you can watch. We talked about Pearl and many, many other things. I am uncertain on scheduling as far as the next live stream for Brain Mucus so far, but it should be this coming month, maybe early-ish. We'll see. Depends on schedules and whatnot. That's all I got as far as that goes. And I am working on finishing my review of Bride of the Killer Pinata, which I promised. Shout out to Sledgehammer Horror, of course. Look out for that. More howling, perhaps. We'll see how it goes. I want to do more live streams, of course, so bless y'all. I see it. It's alright. So, once again, thank you. Appreciate you guys. We'll see what we can come up with in the near future for some more live streams outside of Brain Mucus and whatnot. And you'll all be informed if I happen to be showing up anywhere else on any other channels. And with that, I bid you good night, good evening, good morning, good mid-morning. And remember, horror movies bad, and you should feel bad.